The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota,
Blackberry
the
Road,
action
just before
starts
11
now.
p.m.
To bring you the call,
Deputy found the
here's
resident
Ethan Game Day Gilman. Local sports.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Chisago Lakes High School in Lindstrom, Minnesota, for this evening's doubleheader matchup between the Chisago Lakes Wildcats and the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in to 100.9 FM Cool Country WCMP. Joined alongside me this evening is once again Chris Gable. Just can't get enough of some basketball, and this should be a good one here tonight. Chris, thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, no problem. I'm excited to be here. Excited for this doubleheader. Should be a great Mississippi 8 battle.
Yes, another Mississippi 8 battle that we get to be a part of, that we get to see get played out. And these two teams on a little bit different tracks this year, but two young teams still at the point of the matter. These two teams are still very young. You've got no seniors for Chisago Lakes. They'll only have two next year. But speaking of two, that's how many seniors the Jackets have this year. And they really lean on those seniors here. Do the Blue Jackets, of course. They have a little bit better record here this season. And but both are growing, and both, I think, when we talk about these two teams next year, 2-3 years down the road, are going to be looking very different and might be the talk of the Mississippi 8 Conference.
Yeah. This year, Cambridge definitely relies on the two seniors, Bree Knight, Ellie Davis. They're the leaders. They don't come off the floor very often. And you look at the rosters here, multiple ninth graders, an eighth grader. Looking at Chisago Lakes, they've got multiple ninth graders and eighth graders, 3 or 4 eighth graders, and I think 4 ninth graders. So very young team. Don't have a lot of wins, but they're definitely gaining a lot of experience that 3-4 years from now you're going to see it pay dividend for the Wildcats.
It really is, and it's so tough sometimes to talk about the future teams, because you don't want to discredit this team this year, because this girls team for Chisago Lakes this year, it has done a lot of really good things and has made some noise even this year. But again, the future is bright here for both of these squads. As we take a look at both of these teams coming into tonight's game, we'll start with the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets, who play out of Section 7 4A. So it's not a section matchup, but it is a conference matchup for both teams. And Cambridge-Isanti's section this year is having a little bit of down year. You and I kind of talked about that beforehand, how this section that Cambridge-Isanti plays in, usually one of the top sections in Class 4A. This year, it's taken a little bit of a back seat, but you still see Anoka and Forest Lake up there, along with Andover up towards the top. Then a very interesting team. You and I had kind of shared this before we went live. Centennial's an interesting team there. They're in the 4th spot because they have a 2-4 record in the section, but they're 4-17. They've only got 4 wins because mainly they can't score 20 points, only 31 points per game. But their defense is the best in the state, only allowing 35 points per game.
Yeah, you look at their QRF, and they're a little ways ahead of Cambridge. But if Cambridge can put together a few wins here, you're going to see the Blue Jackets possibly moved up. You mentioned earlier before the game in our conversation, if Cambridge can get hot here towards the final couple weeks, they have a chance to move up and potentially host a playoff game here.
Yes, they do, because they are 1-2 in the section. So you give them one more win, that should bounce them up to, or at least even with Centennial. So, I mean, they have the record, the 7-14 record, which if you get a section win, that'd be 8-14. So they would have the record advantage in that category. But again, they just need some QRF help in that. But as we mentioned, Cambridge-Isanti 1-2 in the section, 7-14 overall, scoring just under 50 points per game and only giving up 56 points per game. We've got a lot of good defenses here this year. I think this might be the best defensive year we've seen. When you see teams, a lot of teams with under 500 records, a lot of times the defense gives up 75, 80, 85 points per game. Not this year. A lot of these teams are only giving up the 56, 60 points per game, which is pretty darn impressive as we take a look at Cambridge-Isanti's season up to this point. it started okay, 1-1. It started with a loss to Rogers, but then they beat Duluth East before losing 2 straight to Blaine and Buffalo. Then they beat Spring Lake Park, and then it was pretty tough on them. A few home games mixed in there, but this was a tough run after those losses. It was 6 in a row for Cambridge-Isanti, going from December into January, where they lost some really close games. They lost to Coon Rapids by 2. They lost to St. Francis by 4. They lost to North Branch by another 2 points. Some tough losses in there that they will need to turn around into wins going forward, but then they came out of that to beat, actually, this Chisago Lakes team in Cambridge, 60-25, before they would lose 2 straight to Becker and Sartell before coming back and winning 2 straight on the road. Those are big wins to Big Lake and Zimmerman before losing 3 more in a row to Princeton, Monticello, and St. Francis. Princeton and St. Francis, again, 2 more games where felt like they probably should have won, but they are since on a 2-game win streak where they have beaten North Branch and Big Lake. We talk about some of the games that they have lost. This could be a 500, if not a couple games over 500 team, if they could completed those close games and made them wins.
Yeah, for sure. And how Ellie Davis and how Bree Knight go is going to determine how the Blue Jackets go. And the key tonight for them versus the Wildcats is those two have got to stay out of foul trouble. If they go to the bench, the Blue Jackets are forced to play a lot of inexperienced girls. And they really lack scoring when those two have to come out. So the key for the Blue Jackets tonight is get Ellie Davis and get Bree Knight going, and they have to stay out of foul trouble.
Absolutely. You always want your stars out of foul trouble, but when you've got the seniors like that who lead the team, they always kind of take that step up to try and lead the team defensively as well, which you like to see, but like you said, need to make sure they're staying out of foul trouble. So for Cambridge-Isanti, this team could easily be hosting a home game right now for the playoffs. They could easily be one of the top 2 teams in this section had they had some of those wins or losses turn into wins, but that's, as my grandpa always says, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. So they will find a way, though, I think, to finish off those type of games later on in the year. This is their second game against Chisago Lakes. They do have a game again against Becker. It was a 12-point loss to Becker earlier in the season at home. I think that's a game where, late in the season, both teams have changed. I still think that's one where they could come back and win. Another game against Monticello. Then they got Minneapolis Southwest, and they finish up the season, a rare game, finishing up the season on a Saturday, February 22nd, at home against Proctor. But Proctor, not going to be the easy team to beat. They are one of the best teams in the state. They play out of Section 6AA, or 7AA, but their QRF, it puts them towards the top 5 in Class 2A. So not an easy schedule, but you sprinkle in a win or 2 or even 3 in there at the end of the season for Cambridge-Isanti. We're talking about Cambridge-Isanti maybe not hosting a playoff game because none of these are section games for them, but they go into the playoffs with a ton of momentum.
Yeah, you want to go in with momentum. You're looking at Monticello. You're playing one of the best teams in 3A, and you end the year with Proctor. Get your girls playing the best basketball they can as they head into the playoffs.
Then we take a look at Chisago Lakes playing out of Section 7-3A. They are towards the bottom, but not at the bottom. They are the 6th team in Section 7-3A, and the reason being they have 1 win and only 4 losses in the section. They're 2-21 on the year, but again, offense struggles to get points sometimes, only 35 points per game. But again, defensively, they're really, really good, only allowing 58 points per game. And I don't know how many games that we've called and that we've seen this team play where they were only maybe a minute or 2 away from extra time of turning that game around and winning a game. So this is another team where, again, inexperienced. They don't have a lot of depth coming back from last year, but one of the things that we have seen them grow throughout the season is their depth has grown. Their bench has grown a little bit this year. It started out pretty short, but as the season has gone along, we've seen that depth come to life on the bench, and this team is really growing in front of everybody's eyes.
And you want to see that, right? You start the year with a young roster. They might be shell-shocked the first couple games of the year playing varsity basketball. And as the year goes along, you want to see your 8th, 9th, 10th graders, because that's all they have, really.
Yeah.
They got a couple juniors, but 8th, 9th, 10th graders, you want to see them grow. You want to see them comfortable in the varsity spotlight as the year goes along. And I'm looking at the section rankings here. They have 2 wins in the section. they are ranked sixth out of eighth, but Grand Rapids is right ahead of them, and Grand Rapids is only 2-20, and Grand Rapids has 2 section wins. So if Chisago can come together here at the end of the year, they have a chance to move up into the 5th seed and potentially play Cloquet, who's got an 8-14 record.
Yeah.
So you never know what can happen here as playoffs get going and teams start settling in and figure out their rotation and gain more experience and look for some upsets to happen.
Yeah, that I always say with playoff atmospheres, you just never know what can happen, and that's why you always got to be tuned in. For Chisago Lakes, it did open with an 0-9 record for them before they won their first 2 games against St. Croix Prep and Hibbing. And then, of course, unfortunately, they have lost 12 since. But looking at some of these games, again, there are some in there where it should have been wins. Lost to St. Agnes only by 6 points. Maybe a loss to Hermantown only the North Branch loss only by another couple points. And then we continue on, a loss to Zimmerman that they should have. That was one I got to be a part of. That's one they should have won. Only lost by 7. The St. Francis loss, that was an 18-point loss, yes, but I got to be here to watch that game. That's another game that they definitely should have won. Mound West Tonka, another game where if you give them 1, 2, 3 more minutes, they win that game, no doubt. Another game is big. I mean, there are so many games in here where if they just had a few more minutes, they definitely would have won those games. But, again, you can't count on the almost. You have to complete these games. This will be one of their final 3 games before they finish it off at St. Francis next Tuesday and at home against Big Lake next Friday. So a couple opportunities before the season ends for Chisago Lakes. We're going to get our national anthem, and then we'll get a word from our fine sponsors, and then we'll come back with your starting lineups here on 100.9 FM. Cool Country, WCMP.
The Duluth Sports Show is back February 13th through 16th.
Shop the latest gear and explore a massive selection of boats, docks, lifts, ATVs, RVs, fifth wheels, travel trailers, and more.
Save big with exclusive show-only pricing. Grab cash and carry items to take home and enjoy family-friendly entertainment.
Come for the deals, stay for the fun.
If there's too much to see, come back a second day for free.
February 13th through 16th at the Deck in Duluth.
Your ticket to outdoor adventure awaits at DuluthSportsShow.com.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Whoa! Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, grab a Meat Lover's burrito or new Ranchero beef and cheese burrito. I want one right now. Wash it down with everyone's favorite Celsius, buy one, get one free. And Holiday still has the $3, $4, $5 meal deals on some of your favorite items. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store and save. Open 24/7, 365. The Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Back here on Cool Country, WCMP 100.9 FM, WCMPradio.com, the site for tonight's doubleheader between the Chisago Lakes Wildcats and the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. Taking a look at your starting lineups as we look at the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. Starting for them is going to be number 3, Allie Trulin. Number 5, Callie Ostlund. Number 14, Ellie Davis. Number 21, Ava Mills. Then number 30, and that's Brianna Knight. So that is the starting lineups for the Blue Jackets as they are head coached by Mandy Crittenden. Now, one of their seniors, Brianna Knight, she scored her 1,000th career point not too long ago, actually, only about a couple of games ago, and she got to celebrate that here at home just the other day. So congratulations to her on that big career mark.
Yeah, she's an outstanding ball player. She makes things happen for the Blue Jackets. Defensively, she's just a menace. You're going to see her a lot of tip balls, a lot of steals. She gets in passing lanes. She makes life miserable for the ball handler. So Bree Knight's an outstanding ball player.
Can't wait to see her play. Of course, this is my first time being able to call a Blue Jacket game this year, so I am excited to see how both these teams play. And if you want us to call more Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jacket games, don't forget, you guys can sponsor. You guys can sponsor over there in Cambridge. We'd be glad to come over there and call some more games. And I know a guy next to me would be very willing to go out there and stay after school to call some games. And so if any of you want to sponsor, you can go and contact our sponsor group at Q-Media Group, WCMP at Q-mediagroup.com. We're getting ready for tip-off. The Wildcats will be starting Claire Beaver, Lucy Asleason, Kayla Larson, McKenna Thorson, and Rhianne Goring. The tip is won by the Wildcats. Bothered in the near side is Goring. Back to Larson. Now Goring trying to get inside, but gives back outside. Claire Beaver for 3 off the side of the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Mills. And we're going to get a foul here on Chisago Lakes, an early foul. A foul there on Kayla Larson. Her first and the team's first. We talk about staying out of foul trouble. And the Wildcats get into it early here as the Blue Jackets bring it up the court quickly. Knight with it. She's going to try and drive inside, puts up a hook shot towards the basket. Had some hands on that ball, and now it's going to be knocked out of Larson's hands, who got the rebound, and it will stay with the Wildcats.
Good defense there by the Wildcats. They tried to force Bree to go to her left, and she can get to the basket, but she likes to go with her right, so they made her use her left. She missed the shot.
And here comes Larson back the other way for the Wildcats. Goring couldn't quite grab it cleanly. The shot is up, and it is in for 2. Rand Goring gets the scoring started, and the Wildcats are on the board first. And in a game like this, in a conference game like this, Chris, how important is it for the Wildcats, who maybe looked at it as underdogs in this game, to get on the board first?
Yeah, you want to come out with some energy. It's a 5:15, not a normal start time, so there's not a lot of people here yet. So you got to bring your own energy, and you do that by doing what Larson just did right there, getting in the passing lane, tipping passes, providing energy on the defensive end.
Yeah, Ostlund was able to bring it back in for the Blue Jackets. Now on the far side, 3. Trulin, no good, and that's going to be rebounded again by Larson for the Wildcats. She'll bring it forward, directing traffic now, gives it over to Beaver. Beaver circling her teammate, wants to give it back out. We're going to get a jump ball. Great job there by Bree Knight to draw that jump ball, and the possession arrow will point the way of the Blue Jackets, who are wearing their white away uniform. The blue trim on the sleeves and neck of the jersey, the blue letters and numbers outlined in black, the blue stripe down the side of the jersey and short, the blue trim on the bottom of the shorts as well. Here comes Knight getting through one, getting through another, puts up the shot. Oh, a bad bounce for, and now another jump ball going to be called. Oh, yes, jump ball. I thought we were going to get a foul for a moment, but no, jump ball call, and the possession arrow now favors the Wildcats, so Chisago Lakes gets it back. That looked like a good opportunity for Knight to get on the board for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, she's not, one miss is not going to stop her from penetrating. She's going to keep trying to get to that basket.
Definitely can tell she is an aggressive player, but Larson trying to go back the other way, and that one hangs on the rim for a moment and finally falls off as Ostlund will get the rebound for Cambridge-Isanti. They'll go inside now to Davis. Davis' shot is up and good off the backboard for 2, and that'll tie us all at 2.
Good strong post up by Davis, using her size and her height advantage.
Here comes the Wildcats back the other way. Thorson with it. Stands at the Chisago Lakes logo. Look to Beaver, but now he's going to drive inside instead. Underneath the basket a little too far, and Davis is going to get the rebound. Breakout pass up to Knight. Knight stops. Shot is off the side of the rim, and no good. Rebounded by Beaver. Great job there defensively by the Wildcats to at least get a hand in the way to force her to miss that shot. Beaver with it at the top of the key again. She's one of the key players here for Chisago Lakes as she has it poked out by Knight. It's going to be taken back by Thorson, so the Wildcats catch a break there. Knight with the poke, but the Wildcats hold on to the ball. Now Beaver going to try and drive. She puts up a hook shot. That was knocked out of bounds by Knight, so she'll get credit for a block, or at least we'll give her credit. That one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Knight, so it will stay with the Wildcats. Claire Beaver will inbound to Goring on the far side. Goring with 4 to shoot. Sidestep 3, just a little bit strong, and the rebound taken in there by Mills. Good-looking shot from 3, just a little too much oomph on it, and she could have hit that one from a little bit deeper.
Yeah. Forced to put it up because of the shot clock. Both teams playing very strong defense here.
Oh, that's going to be a foul. This isn't football, although these two teams did play a football game earlier in 2024.
You see Bree Knight penetrate again. This is what she likes to do.
Yeah, you can definitely tell she is not afraid to play in the dirty areas, so to speak. Knight's first one is off of the front of the rim and no good. We're going to see a couple subs in here for the Wildcats, Lily Smith and Madison Eagle. Now, we talk about a young lady who has grown in her role. That is Madison Eagle, a freshman, but my, oh my, she has just grown so well in her role here late in this season, and the Wildcats are sure thankful for that.
Yeah, she'll have a tough assignment with Ellie Davis down low in the post.
The second one is made there by Knight, so it's going to be 3-2, as now the Wildcats have it in their offensive zone. And the ball is going to be out of bounds. Wildcats are arguing that it was knocked out by Cambridge-Isanti, but the refs do not agree, so it will go back to Cambridge-Isanti.
Looks like Chisago's in a 2-1-2 press here, trying to trap the ball handlers.
Almost got it there, but Davis is going to reel that one in. Davis stop and start again. Now she'll give it off on the near side to Knight. Knight trying to drive inside. Oh, she fell backwards, slipping. I don't know if there was a wet spot on the court or maybe her shoes got a little bit too slick on her, but that's going to be a turnover for the Blue Jackets. And a steal back by Knight. So Knight says, nah, I wasn't quite done with that possession. She's going to drive inside and just take the easy 2. It's not going to be so easy, though, as Madison Eagle is there for the rebound off the miss. Larson has it on the far side. Wanted to go to Smith. Smith wasn't quite ready, so she had to take an extra step. She did not travel, though, and now Smith inside, bothered there. And she finally gets it out going. Now to Eagle. Now on the near side to Larson, but it's stolen away. Oslin with the steal. Now bringing it forward. She waits, gets the offense set. Knight will tell her where to get going. And now the pass on the far side to Mills. Mills looking. She's got a lane. Unfortunately stopped by Goring, and the shot is up no good. But she's going to be fouled by Goring. And now she'll go to the line to shoot 2, as it's 3 fouls on Chisago Lakes.
It's been a physical ball game so far. Not a lot of fouls necessarily, but both teams are. It's been very physical. A lot of people going to the floor, a little pushing, a little shoving. Very defensive ball game right now. 5 minutes in, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, I like it. I like the fact that they're letting them play here. It's a conference game. Why not? Mills missed her first and the second, and Cooksley is going to get the rebound here on this one. Cooksley subs into the game for Chisago Lakes. Goring with it now to Smith. Smith, well, she had an open shot from long range. Goring probably could have hit that one, but instead she'll have to give it off to Thorson on the far side. Thorson circling to the top of the key. Now she waits. Now she's going to drive. She gets that speed. She had an edge, but then has to back out, and this shot is up and no good, and rebounded by number 10. That's Finley Nelson. So Nelson for 3. That one's going to be no good, and taken in by Cooksley. Cooksley with another rebound. Now to Smith. trying to go inside to Goring, and now we've got a battle for the ball. Jump ball, possession arrow favors the Blue Jackets.
Again, very physical. Even the jump balls are very physical.
Yes, they are. I mean, these two teams, they know this is a conference game. They know what is on the line. Maybe not so much a section win. Maybe this won't help them QRF-wise, but they know this is a conference win on the line, and they know how important that is. 3 is up and no good from Nelson, but somehow coming down with it is Trulene. She'll give it right back to Nelson, but Eagle is going, jump ball call. I thought they were going to get her for a foul. I was going to say, she got ball on that one. Nice job by Madison Eagle to force that jump ball opportunity. Man, oh man, these teams just don't want to let each other score.
Yeah. No, Nelson's coming off the bench and is very aggressive, attacking the hoop, shooting the threes when they're open.
I like the fact how aggressive, both these teams have tried to be. Chisago Lake's trying to go inside more than anything, and this is going to be a foul on Cambridge-Isanti. So the Blue Jackets will get their first foul called on them. This one's going to go against Knight, and it's her first. So Cooksley now at the line to shoot 2. This one's up. Oh, just circles the rim, no good. How close is that one to being a charge on Cooksley there?
Well, it looked to me like she was too far underneath the basket. I think she was inside. Bree was inside the arc, which if she had legal guarding position would be considered a block, even if she had legal guarding position because of how low under the basket she was.
Cooksley misses both, and then Trulene with the rebound, and now this time Knight is fouled by Eagle. So it'll be the second on Thorson.
Oh, they called it on Thorson. Sure looked like that was on Eagle there.
That's what I thought as well, but they called Thorson. The first one is up and good by Knight on this one, so make it 4-2 with 11:50 to go. Knight makes the second one, so 2 of 2 that time around, so now it's 5-2, but I mean, under 12 minutes to go, it's still, we're only in the single digits, even if you combine the 2 scores. This ball going to be passed inside and stolen away by Ellie Davis, and she'll bring it forward for Cambridge-Isanti. She'll give it on the far side, Trulene. Trulene will pop off a 3. That looked on the mark, but it's just long, and rebounded by Goring for Chisago Lakes. Goring takes it, gives to Lily Smith. Smith gets a mini screen, but then now in a little bit of trouble, gives back to Claire Beaver. Beaver having some tough work on Knight, but she spin moves inside. Nice looking hook shot, but then it's off the mark, and Davis is there for the rebound. Davis is going to bring it forward, checking both sides left and right. She gives it off to Nelson. Nelson back to Knight.
I like the attack here by Beaver. You got to go at Knight. If you're Chisago, you got to get Knight in foul trouble to give your best chance to win the ball game.
Nelson for 3 is off the mark, and this one's going to be taken on the rebound by Goring. And Goring will bring it back the other way. Crossing the timeline on the far side. Goring trying to get around the defender, but I don't know if she tripped or what, but Goring wound up kind of falling forward on that one, which made the defender go by, and it worked because that wound up giving her an open 3.
There haven't been many open looks in the ballgame so far, so that was an odd way to get it, but she got the open 3 and knocked it down.
Just like they drew it up in the playbook. Yeah. That's exactly the fake fall for the 3. As this shot is up and no good by Cambridge-Isanti, rebounded by Lily Smith of Chisago Lakes. We're tied at 5, creeping up on 10 minutes to go in the first half. Goring with it on the far side. Give to Cooksley. Cooksley with the head fake. She takes it to the free throw line. Nice looking shot. I like the aggressiveness there, the open look, and unfortunately just couldn't get it to fall. Davis again with another rebound. Knight trying to drive on Beaver, but she has to back it out. Beaver, as even though she's a freshman, man, she's a really good defender.
Good. That was great defense. Bree was going to her right.
And Mills.
Beaver cut her off.
Mills inside going to get called for the travel. And now I think we're going to get a timeout called by Cambridge-Isanti. I believe that's who called it. We'll wait and see. Either way, it is a full timeout. And while they take a timeout, we will as well back here after word from our fine sponsors.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Baseball and softball coaches, are you looking for dry, warm practice time?
Here's the Pitch in North Branch can help. Here's the Pitch offers amazing indoor options for your team.
Offering state-of-the-art pitching machines and batting cages.
And space for you to give instruction without worrying about the weather outside.
Take your athletes to the next level.
Coach up your team during every season or off-season. Affordable practice space for your ball teams.
Make your reservation today.
Call Here's the Pitch today or visit them on Facebook.
Here's the Pitch in North Branch.
Great spot to go and hit without the weather being a factor. Here's the pitch. I had a chance to talk with the owner at the state tournament last year. Great person, great woman. It was so nice to talk to her and talk about why she went and decided to own a batting cage place. And, man, what a fantastic conversation. I want to thank her and all of our fine sponsors, of course, as we're back to action. Tied at 5, under 10 minutes to go. And now Knight looking for the steal. Oh, my goodness. Well, all but the steal there on that one. And oh, wow, great awareness by that ref.
So they ruled that Bree Knight on the steal actually had possession of the ball.
Wow, okay.
And then Chisago stole it back from Bree Knight. As an official, I'm not sure I would have reset that shot clock because I don't really know if Bree actually had full possession of the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, possession-wise, I don't think that was enough as we see Larson for Chisago Lakes drive to the basket to drop it in for 2. I mean, what establishes, as we're not going to get a chance to talk because Larson's going to get the steal off the inbound for Chisago Lakes, and now Wildcats have a chance to double dip. Beaver left alone for 3, a little too strong. And the rebound taken here by Finley Nelson. So now we're going to chance. What distinguishes possession for a referee?
Well, I just don't think once the steal happened, there was no possession, and here we go.
Lily Smith to the basket off the steal, cannot get it to fall. And it's rebounded, though, off the miss by Kayla Larson for 3, falls short. And it's rebounded by Davis. Well, we just haven't been able to talk because the action has all of a sudden picked up in a big way. These two teams, they said, okay, enough of this non-scoring stuff. We got to get back on the board. Shot missed by Knight, and the rebound there by Mariana Cooksley. Now to Beaver.
Continues to just be a very defensive battle here. Very physical. Defenses are causing a lot of turnovers and a lot of missed shots.
Larson will take the open look from the free throw line. Shot is no good. Davis has numbers back the other way. She had a 3-on-2 for a moment, but I just don't think realized it in the time that she had. Now Nelson will go inside. Shot is up. Ooh, a stronger shot, but she gets it to fall, does Davis for 2 to tie us back up at 7 apiece.
You don't see a lot of teams use a traditional post player anymore the way that Cambridge uses Ellie Davis. She just went straight to the post, posted up, and got a good layup. Good post feed, too.
Larson, shot is up and no good, and then a whistle for a foul. Okay, we'll get Davis for her first and the team's second. Larson's first one is up, no good. You know, I've been really impressed with both teams and their want and their ability to continue to be aggressive and drive to the basket despite the defensive nature of this game, despite some of the turnovers, despite the shots not falling. And it doesn't matter, big, short, small, it doesn't matter the player. They're continuing to drive.
Yeah, they're continuing to drive. Both teams here are just like showing no fear, and nothing is coming easy for anybody.
No.
There's just very few open looks, open shots here.
As Larson hits 1 of 2 there to make it 8-7 in favor of the Wildcats. 7.5 minutes to go.
Chisago staying here in their 2-1-2 press, which has caused Cambridge some fits and some turnovers here.
This time they get out of it. Knight fakes a 3, but Beaver right there, and they are just causing her some problems shooting and a little bit of frustration. She just hasn't been able to get into a groove quite yet.
Yeah, no, like we said, nothing's coming easy for her. It feels like she's being bumped and hit on every shot, every layup attempt, and not enough to call a foul, but I think it's getting frustrating for her.
As we see Beaver give off to Cooksley. Cooksley trying to find that edge on the baseline. Not there that time. Thorson going to lose it, but somehow Cooksley gets it back. Well, ooh. She must have had the heel hit there because she definitely kept her toes up, but that heel must have just hit from Cooksley. They're going to say she hit the baseline. So it's a turnover there for Chisago Lakes. But, man, oh, man, what a battle we have on our hands. 8-7, under 7 minutes to go. Blue Jackets have it back. Nelson for 3. It's good. And that's the first long ball for the Blue Jackets. It's 10-8 now in favor of Cambridge-Isanti. Goring with it. You know, I'm surprised a little bit they haven't tried to unleash Goring from a little bit long range because she has it. We've seen it. She has the ability to hit from long and even longer range. I would like to see them try and get her open a little bit more.
Yeah,
take
she's
some
kind of
deeper
been the one to have the hot hand here.
Cooksley, a longer 2 is no good, and Cambridge-Isanti really good box out that time, and now we're going to get Mills with the rebound. And a foul on – foul, or did she step out of bounds? I think they said she stepped out.
Turnover on the Blue Jackets there.
Wow. Well, good pressure put on by the Chisago Lakes Wildcats there, forcing her to step on the baseline, and now Beaver struggling to find someone to go in, and that's 5 seconds. Nobody – it just seemed like maybe Chisago Lakes almost, I don't want to say it, but kind of took that play off a little bit.
Yeah. Not a lot of movement there once they ref-handed her the ball.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there for Chisago Lakes because they had a chance to tie this game up, but they just didn't seem like they either just didn't know what the play call was or they're a little too fatigued. Not real sure the case on that one. Meanwhile, the Blue Jackets do have it back. This pass on the far side trying to get to Trulene from Mills is too high, and it will go out of bounds back to Chisago Lakes.
I would like to see the Jackets go back inside to Ellie Davis. They've done it twice.
Mm-hmm.
She was wide open on that last possession in the post. Really, really look inside. The outside shot's not falling right now. Go back in Ellie Davis in the post. And for Chisago, we want to see Goring here get going again. She started off the game hot with a couple made shots. That's the girl we need to go back to if I'm the Wildcats.
As we see the Wildcats in their offensive zone, Thorson is absolutely denied by Davis on the block. Up the other way, Knight over the defender, just can't get it to fall right now. She's going to grab her own rebound, though, reset things offensively. On the near side, bounce pass to Nelson. Nelson trying to go inside. They're going to go, I'm surprised they didn't get there. Well, they did, okay. I was going to say, I'm surprised they didn't get a call on Eagle there, but they did finally wind up getting it. So Davis going to drive inside and draw the foul. First one on Eagle, the team's 5th, and Davis now at the line to shoot 2.
Going back inside to Davis is going to be the key, I think, here. The way that they're defending right now, they're not sending a double team. It's one-on-one in the post. And Davis being one of the only 2 seniors in the game and on the floor tonight, she knows what to do with the ball down low. She's tall and physical. She can knock it down.
Yeah, I think that key here as of right now, unless Chisago can figure out how to stop her, I think you got to start feeding her. Davis made the first. This one's going to be a little too strong. So 1 of 2 there, rebounded by Goring. Goring has been doing pretty good on both sides of the ball as she gives to Cooksley. Cooksley back out to Thorson. Now to Larson. Larson, I've been really impressed with her. She has had, we talk about no fear, but she's one of the young ladies who has really kind of taken that on her shoulders as Goring trying to get to the basket. That one was tipped, and I believe by Ostland. Now, Bree Knight up the other way. Shot is no good by the Blue Jackets. Rebounded by Thorson. Shot there missed by Mills.
Yeah, you want to take advantage of those fast break layups. Mills just got a little too far underneath the basket, I think, on the initial catch.
Thorson had that one knocked out by Mills. And now, well, I think maybe there the refs were maybe making up for a call.
Yeah.
That one was a little late.
A little late. Looked like there was a foul a little bit before the whistle blew. It looked like there was a little bit more contact than there was there.
This ball is going to be, they're going to say tipped. So Wildcats catch a break as that one will go into the backcourt. Goring grabs it, but it is, they are going to say it's tipped, so it won't be an over and back. Thorson, just picked up her feet 1 step too soon. She had the lane. Goring for 3, just off the mark. It's Larson, though, inside for the rebound, plus she draws the Cambridge-Isanti foul.
And that's going to be the second on Bree Knight. 4:22 in the half. We'll see how long Coach Crittenden decides to stay with Bree Knight. She's so key to this team.
And again, we talked about it pregame. The two seniors, or the two players you cannot have in foul trouble if you're Cambridge-Isanti.
And I would imagine now Bree's going to the bench here. Finley Nelson's coming in for, I'd imagine we've probably have seen Bree for the first half here. I think Knight will take the seat for the rest of the first half, the final 4 minutes.
Larson inbound to Goring. Goring being bothered. Now to Eagle. Now to Thorson. 10 seconds to shoot. Thorson trying to drive in herself. Gets into a lot of trouble. Gets that one off, though. And Davis is going to wind up getting the rebound on the missed shot. Quickly up to Mills. Mills quickly underneath the basket. Oh, she gets the defender to miss and then misses on the shot. Oslin does. And jump ball going to be called. And possession arrow favors the Blue Jackets, so they'll hold on to it here. Again, missed opportunities by the Blue Jackets here on some of these fast breaks have really kind of hurt them. They could be ahead by probably nearly 10 points at this time.
Yeah, the last couple possessions, the Blue Jackets have done an excellent job of pushing the ball up the floor, getting open layups, and just missed them.
Mm-hmm. As they will inbound, they will get it to Davis. Davis will look, she'll find Ostland. And they'll try a three with Nelson. That's going to be off the mark from everything. Goring is there. They'll push the pace a little bit, but then they slow it down. Beaver with it on the far side looking. She'll give it to Thorson. Thorson, oh my goodness, Beaver drew two. She gives to Eagle, and Eagle will drop it in for two herself. Beaver drew two defenders before she gave it to Thorson. Then Thorson drove all alone and then found Eagle one-on-one underneath the basket, and more times than not, Eagle is going to get those shots to fall. Nelson, top of the key three, no good, but it's rebounded there by Trulene. Mills, fake three, drive inside, floater's no good. Rebound, oh my goodness, did the Blue Jackets get it back? They did. Osland with a big-time play, and Davis almost lost it, and now the Wildcats will get it back on the Larson steal. Thorson now to Larson. Wanting to go, I think they're trying to feed Eagle here. Instead, they'll get Thorson for three. Oh, it looked good, but it's just off the mark on the other side of the rim. And it's rebounded there by Davis, and she gets fouled. I think Larson is going to get called for that one to be the team's sixth for Chisago Lakes.
Another good rebound by Davis. I got 8 for her.
Yeah, she's got a lot here in this first half. She's doing a great job. Not allowing the Wildcats second chance scoring opportunities, and with Madison Eagle out there, that's their best opportunity for those second chance scoring opportunities. They just haven't allowed it. And somehow, some way, I don't know, but Trulene got out of a double team that probably could have been a jump ball. Well, now Goring gets it back anyways. So a good play followed by another good one by Chisago Lakes, and the pass is through the hands of Larson. It's going to be a steal here from Nelson, and now we're going to get a toe or a heel on the line from Mills. That will give it right back to the Wildcats. Just some mental errors here by both squads.
If I'm the Wildcats on this possession, I'm going to focus on getting Goring a shot, and I want the ball in Beaver's hands. She's been able to make things happen. I'm very impressed with her as a 9th grader point guard. She makes things happen.
There it is from Goring. Oh, just short. It was a good-looking shot, but it is just short. And Davis is going to grab the rebound for Cambridge-Isanti to Mills on the near side for Trulene. Left alone from three, and she gets it to fall. She said, well, if you're going to leave me that open, I'll take the shot anyways, and she gets it to fall.
I like the confidence from Trulene. She's an 8th grader, not afraid to shoot when she's open.
This ball is knocked out of the hands of Thorson. It's going to be Trulene with the steal, but stolen right back by Goring. Oh, my goodness.
I think we've seen that 3 or 4 times where we get one steal and then the other team steals it right back.
Turnovers have been a big part of this first half. Thorson trying to drive inside, give to Eagle. Eagle, the hook shot, no good, and Davis going to wind up with, another rebound. Davis will bring it up the court. No look pass, actually, there to Ostland. Ostland on the far side. Gets the defender to fall. She's going to pop off a three, but it's going to be well long. Luckily, Trulene is there for the rebound, and now we're going to get a foul here on Thorson. Thorson, her third, unfortunately.
The officiating has been consistent, but they've really let them play. There's a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, a lot of hugging on rebounds.
Yes.
But they've been consistent in calling it and not calling it when they don't feel it's past the line.
Chulin is now at the line to shoot a 1-and-1 for the Blue Jackets. First one's up and good. Left no doubt on that one. 15-10. Chulin, good on that one as well. So to make it 16-10, the largest lead of the game here up to this point with under a minute and a half to go. Beaver trying to drive inside, instead gives back out Larson. Larson over to Lily Smith here. Now with this personnel in, I think you still need to get it to Beaver, but maybe try and find Larson a lane inside and then feed to Eagle underneath the basket. I think that might be the key here as we get Lily Smith, who travels on that one, and that will give it back to Cambridge-Isanti.
Chisago continues to throw the press on here. I'm going to be curious to see how that affects the Blue Jacket as the game goes along. The Blue Jackets don't play a lot of kids, and you can see at timeouts they are huffing and puffing here, and the Wildcats are really making them work.
So we got a travel down by Chulin underneath the basket. She caught it and then got bumped and then took that extra step to kind of reestablish her balance, and unfortunately that's a travel for her. But yeah, this is, this has been quite a first half. More defense than not, but now we see a steal here from Mills. Plenty of that happening. Now will we see another steal back for the Wildcats?
Yeah.
Not yet, anyways. As now we have Nelson with it. She gives to Davis a off-the-mark three, rebounded by Lily Smith. Smith will slow things down. Shot clock is off, 25 seconds to go in the first half. Claire Beaver with it. Beaver has that one poked out. Beaver tried to give it underneath the Eagle. It is underneath her hands, but I think Beaver was the last to touch it. I think Beaver's argument is that maybe Cambridge-Isanti got a finger on it, but didn't look like it there on that one.
Again, there's another bump, more physicality. There's been a lot of physicality in this game as the crowd is wondering if this is football or hockey here.
Yes. These two teams have also played in those two sports. A 2 or 3-2 from Chulin here late in the first half to make it 18-10. Quick up the court, 3 seconds to shoot. 2-1, Eagle with the hook shot is up and no good. So that will bring us to halftime, a defensive battle in the first half. It's 18-10, Cambridge-Isanti on top, but there is no doubt this second half, man, we're in for a treat here in this one. So a quick moving first half as well in this one. But at halftime, it is the Blue Jackets who lead over the Chisago Lakes Wildcats 18-10. We're going to take a moment to hear a word from our fine sponsors. Then when we come back, we'll recap this first half of action here on Cool Country WCMP.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Aurelius Manufacturing has been providing innovative solutions to customers since 1926. Specializing in the production of custom welded hydraulic cylinders for over 40 years, our focus is on providing value to customers through innovative problem solving, quality workmanship, and customer service. Our team works with your team to develop designs that provide the most value for your application. We leverage technology and craftsmanship, turning designs into finished products quickly and accurately. Aurelius Manufacturing is a proud sponsor of the Brand Bombers.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Back here on 100.9 FM, Cool Country WCMP for the first game of our doubleheader here at Chisago Lakes High School. The Blue Jackets of Cambridge-Isanti lead the Wildcats of Chisago Lakes 18-10 in the girls' game here at halftime. Taking a look at some of the first half stats for the Blue Jackets, it was Allie Trulene leading the team with 7 points. They all came within the last, 2.5 minutes of that first half, and you just mentioned it before we came back on air. She ended that first half with a 7-0 run herself.
Yep. 7-0 run to extend the lead to the largest of the game at 8.
Yeah, which is just crazy to think about. Not so much because it has been a defensive game and a defensive first half, but it's just, to me, I thought this one, there would be one team who would take over at some point and start to run away. No, not so much. And we should expect that because it is a conference game. And anytime you get a conference game, no matter which one of those teams it is up on on those banners, it is going to be a close game.
Yeah, low scoring, physical, close ball game. Baskets are hard to come by at this point.
Yes, they have been. But she leads the team with 7. Ellie Davis with 5 and 3 for Bree Knight and Finley Nelson. Rebound-wise, it was Ellie Davis leading the team easily into double digits, and she has just been a rebound machine. And she's kind of done it, not alone, but for the most part, kind of herself, one-woman wrecking crew out there with the rebounds. And we mentioned it in the first half, but that has been one of the biggest reasons why the Wildcats haven't been able to capitalize on some second-chance scoring opportunities and maybe even themselves have a lead here in this first half.
Yeah, Ellie's 10 rebounds, and I believe they're all defensive rebounds. Mm-hmm. So Chisago only has 10 points, and like you said, part of that is because they can't get offensive rebounds because Ellie is a rebounding machine down there.
Yeah.
Ellie Davis is a rebounding machine for the Jackets.
They did have 7 steals in that first half, 3 blocks as well, coming from 3 different players. They were 6 of 10 from the free throw line and had 4 fouls. 6 of 10, not bad, but you'd like to see that up just a little bit more, maybe around that 75-80% mark. On the other side, for the Wildcats, they were led in scoring by Ryan Goring. She really got things started. We had talked about it. We wanted to kind of see her get the ball a little bit more. We wanted to see them feed her the ball a little bit more often, and maybe she couldn't get on a hot start herself, but that didn't happen. And give credit to Cambridge-Isanti because I think they felt that. I think they knew that, and they kind of started to shut her down and not so much focus in on her more, but the defense got a little bit tighter.
Yeah, the defense got tighter, and they're just making everything very difficult. Every pass, every cut, every drive is very difficult for the Wildcats right now because this has been a physical game. We've said it over and over again, and it's true, and that's one of the reasons why the Wildcats have struggled on the offensive end.
Then Kayla Larson had 3, and Madison Eagle with 2. They did a good job getting some rebounds defensively as well, 4 for both Goring and Larson. And then they had 6 steals, no blocks, 1 of 4 from the free throw line, and had 7 team fouls. Now, they piled up the fouls early on, but then they slowed things down and spread those last 3 out around the last 7-8 minutes of the first half. So no foul trouble there, of course, although Thorson did get her third, which that will be something that we have to watch for. But, she's not one of the more aggressive defenders that they usually have play aggressively. That'll be Eagle, Cooksley, Goring. That'll be those players that we'll have to watch out for. So I think Thorson should be okay, but again, 3 fouls, still something to watch out for. I was really impressed with, though, for Chisago Lakes, even though Cambridge-Isanti did a really good job getting those rebounds from Davis. The fearlessness of both sides, honestly, but for Chisago Lakes, maybe being the underdogs in this game, it didn't matter the player. Whether she was on the shorter side, whether she was one of their bigs, it didn't matter for Chisago Lakes. They were sending anybody and everybody into the lane, into the paint, trying to get a basket.
Yeah, they're getting there. There's always a little bump, a little push, a little shove, and a lot of those have turned into turnovers. I'm going to be very interested to see how the second half is officiated. If they allow the physicality like they did in the first half, or if they talked at halftime and say, hey, we need to clean this up a little bit. I think it was fair on both sides. Yeah. It was just a very physical half, and it made shooting very difficult.
Yeah, and for Chisago Lakes, they do still have Annika Hall out. That is one of their more athletic players, so that does play a little bit of a factor, but they've been doing pretty good without her in. But again, they do still miss her, and hopefully she'll be back before the end of the regular season. And here in this one, both teams, again, really didn't get into any kind of rhythm, whether it was offensively, defensively. Neither team was able to fall into a groove there in that first half. I'll be interested to see here in the second half who's kind of able to get that breakout play first. Who's kind of able to get that momentum swinging play their way first, because I think whoever does that, if it's Chisago Lakes, obviously they still need some points, but I think it is going to be whoever can get that play might start to maybe not pull away, but is definitely going to have momentum on their side maybe throughout the rest of this half.
And it looked like we had a couple of times where that was going to happen, where one team got a steal, and the other team was able to steal it right back before any momentum or any baskets were made. And it was like, I think we saw that 3 or 4 times where we had a quick steal, looked like we were going to have a layup or a fast break, and next thing you know, the other team steals it right back, and we're going back where we started from. That's going to be something to watch. I think if Chisago wants to get back in the game, we need to see Beaver and we need to see Thorson attack the lane and set up Goring or Eagle for layups.
Yeah.
And maybe even penetrate, set up Goring for a 3. Something like that. And the Wildcats need to continue to attack Bree Knight and get her in foul trouble. If you can get her out of the game, now you're dealing with inexperienced guards that really struggle handling the ball or potentially could struggle handling the ball.
Yeah, that is exactly what exactly from my mind what I was thinking. But for the Blue Jackets, I think you're going to want to try and feed Davis underneath the basket. I think they need to start feeding her underneath the basket, because then that's going to open up Bree Knight outside. That's going to open up the lanes for her to drive to the basket and get that right hand to go and be quick like they want it to be. So I think if they start to feed Davis a little bit more, they're going to open up lanes for Knight to start to get things going. And then when she starts getting going, well, there's no telling who's going to stop her at that point. So
yeah, I love to watch Ellie Davis, a traditional post we don't see much of anymore. Cambridge starting the second half in a 2-3 zone. Didn't see that at all in the first half.
Now Larson, I thought she had a 3 there on that far side. The defender was backed off a little, but instead she thought about one more pass, as this 3 is no good. It is rebounded inside by Asleason. She didn't get a rebound there in that first half. She is not, the biggest of players, but, man, will she do some of the dirty work inside. As we see this shot clock under 10 seconds. Claire Beaver going to drive inside, says, hey, I'm not worried about going inside. And she gets the first shot up and in to make it 18-12.
I love that first possession there. You had Goring attempt a 3. You need to get her going. And you had Beaver attacking and getting a layup. That's a great first possession, great way to start the second half for the Wildcats.
Really good way for the Wildcats. Let's see what the Blue Jackets do. Knight has it on the outside, guarded by Beaver, going inside to Davis, and she got it to fall. That's a beautiful possession for the Blue Jackets here in the first one of the second half. They worked it outside a little bit. Knight found Davis underneath, and she was pretty much wide open.
I don't want to say we were right, but we were right on there. You need to get the ball to Davis.
As the Wildcats have it back in their offensive zone, going left to right on your radio dial. Blue Jackets right to left. Goring with it. Looks in the near side corner, give it to Beaver. Beaver's got a lane. Will she drive on Davis? No. The ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Cambridge-Isanti. It will stay with the Wildcats.
And it looked like Beaver had a layup there. I'd like to see her be more aggressive like she was last possession. Get that layup up.
And they will inbound to Goring on the far side. Goring looking. She's got Thorson open. And that's who she'll give it to. 5 to shoot. Beaver. Will she be the one to shoot it? 2-1. Nope, no one's going to get off a shot. And just a little bit of that inexperience showing there with the shot clock expiring.
No score there, but I love the possession. A lot of the ball in Beaver's hands and the ball in Goring's hands. And those are the two girls that need to get going. So I love that possession even though they did not score.
So the Blue Jackets have it back. They will give it to Knight now. Knight on the elbow near side. Give to Mills. Near side 3. It's off the mark, but on the far side somehow Trulene comes up with that ball. This ball was still up for grabs. Ostlund wound up getting it out of the entire group. Then now out to Trulene for 3. And another one for him.
Last 10 points have scored by the Blue Jackets. I guess I shouldn't say that. Ellie Davis had a 2 here to start, but Trulene's been hot here. 10 points here in the last couple minutes of actual game time.
Goring tried the sidestep 2 from the free throw line. Good looking shot, just a little soft on the finish. And now it's back to the Blue Jackets. Trulene got the rebound. This ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Beaver. Again, only a freshman, but man, she is a fierce defender. Eagle will check into the game for Asleason for the Wildcats. It will still be Blue Jacket ball. Trulene will look to inbound. I've been really impressed with the youth on both these sides and just their ability to stay focused in a physical game like this and come out and continue to play. A 3 here is good by Ostlund. She didn't get a shot off in the first half. That's her first shot attempt in this second half.
And you talked about the youth, right?
Yep.
So the Blue Jackets had a 9th grader, and Ostlund just made the 3, and Trulene made the 3 before that. These young girls for the Blue Jackets are really stepping up tonight. Bree Knight's had a tough night. They're playing her physical. Wildcats know they have to be physical with her. So I'm very impressed with the youngsters for the Blue Jackets.
There'll be a timeout here by Chisago Lake, so we'll take a quick 30-second break here on Cool Country WCMP.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Back here, Cool Country. And this is the start, if you're Cambridge-Isanti, that you were hoping for. The largest lead of the game up to this point now, 14 points for the Blue Jackets, and this is what we kind of felt was going to happen a few times in the first half. It never did, but here in the second half, a good start for the Blue Jackets. But if you're Chisago Lakes, can't panic at this point in time because, I mean, we're just 2 minutes into this second half, and you have shown the ability to make the comebacks in this type of situation and quickly tie this game up. So if you're the Wildcats, don't worry about the scoreboard right now. Just get back on offense, score the points, and get back on defense.
And they've had good possessions with Beaver and Goring having the ball in their hands, and that's what we need to continue to see as Goring drives here. Nice pass.
Tried to get it inside to Eagle. Led her a little bit back to the side of the basket. I think they wanted her more underneath the basket, but it will work anyways because Ellie Davis will pick up her second foul. This gym went creepy quiet there for a moment. I mean, my goodness. Talk about hearing a pin drop as Madison Eagle is no good on the first. And can't get the bounce on that one. This one is no good. Rebound was up for grabs, but a jump ball, and the possession arrow will point the way of the blue and white.
I don't know what would make me more nervous, a dead silent gym or a screaming gymnasium.
Yeah, I don't know.
On a free throw.
I mean, personally, I think a lot, so I'd rather have people yelling.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see where some people would find some peace in the quiet. So, hey, each their own. Blue Jackets nearly give it up, trying to get it into the offensive court, but Mills will give it to Knight. Knight open from 3, just off the mark. Rebounded by Osterlund. She lost it for a moment. She regains possession. Larson is there bothering her. She'll give it to Trulene. Trulene gets the edge on Goring, but now runs in the Eagle. Now on the near side elbow to Davis. Davis back to Trulene. Trulene, top of the key now for Osterlund. 5 seconds, 4 seconds to shoot. And Eagle with the block, but Davis somehow got there, and they're going to say out of bounds off of Chisago Lake, so it will stay with the Blue Jackets. My goodness, we had a block by Eagle, and then somehow, some way, out of that pile came Davis with the ball and still got it off before the shot clock.
Great defense there by Eagle, straight up, touched the ball only.
Trulene for a 3, my goodness.
There she goes again, Trulene.
Well, we talk about the seniors for Cambridge-Isanti needing to come up big. Well, just give it to the youngsters, I guess, in this one. Larson, good pass inside to Eagle. But good defense there by Cambridge-Isanti to knock that one out. But that was a really good play there for the Wildcats, even though it went out of bounds.
Yeah, they've had a few good possessions, right? Last possession, dribble penetration, got a layup, got fouled. Need to make the free throws, but they had good possessions here.
Beaver will inbound to Goring. Goring will wait on the near side. She'll look. She'll give back to Larson. Larson dropped it. And she'll give to Thorson. Thorson had it knocked out and smartly lets that one roll out of bounds. She was going to go after it, but then she realized, hey, defender touched it last, so I'm just going to let it roll. The Wildcats will inbound. And with now only 8 to shoot on the shot clock, Trulene, that might have knocked the wind out of her.
Yeah, good hustle diving on the floor there by Trulene.
Jump ball is going to be back to the Wildcats as the possession arrow points their way. Man, I've been really impressed with the 8th graders for Cambridge. I mean, it has just been impressive here. You know, Trulene has been the big scorer here in the last, 10 minutes of game time for Cambridge-Isanti. She's just been – it's just been impressive for Trulene and the way she's come up big here in this game.
So there was some controversy with what the shot clock should be at. Trulene had the ball, had possession. Jump ball, reset the 20-second shot clock here for the Wildcats.
Well, 10 seconds to shoot now. Larson trying to drive inside, give to Eagle, over to Goring. Goring trying to find something, and now gives it to Thorson. Thorson needs something. It's not going to get off in time, and it will be a shot clock violation once again, the second in this second half. And it just seems like for Chisago Lakes, they struggle to find someone who will take that off-the-cuff shot.
Yeah. I mean, they're penetrating, they're dishing out. They're doing a lot of really good things.
Trulene again from 3. I mean, are you serious right now, Trulene? My goodness. They are here. Beaver with it, nearly lost it. Give back to Larson on the far side. Larson with it, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Now dribbles to the top of the key. They're going to, Larson did a good job there to draw the foul on Finley Nelson. It'll be her first. So it looks like now here in this second half at least, calling it a little bit closer.
Yeah, a little bit of a bump there. She's dribbling.
Larson will get set to inbound for the Wildcats looking. She'll get Beaver on the near side, nearly in the corner, trying to get around Knight. She'll hand back to Goring. Goring wanted the 3, then gives back to Beaver. Now to Thorson on the far side. Again, under 10 to shoot for the Wildcats. Trying to get it somewhere to shoot. 5-4. Shot was trying to be taken by Thorson, and no foul. Instead, they'll get her with a travel. Yeah, right. With the Wildcats just don't know who to give the ball to take that shot. That's kind of off the cuff, off balance. Nobody, not that nobody wants to take the shot, but they just don't know who to give it to right now.
Yeah, the Jackets are just playing straight girl-to-girl defense, and they just can't. Wildcats are struggling to get somebody to beat their girl, to get somebody else an open look.
Trulene is fouled there by Goring with her second team starts of the second half. Blue Jackets have it in their offensive zone. Poked out by Goring, but nobody there to really be aggressive enough to go after it. Now give to Knight. Knight's looking for a screen. She gets it on the far side from Davis. Now she's trying to get around Eagle. Gives it off on the far side to Trulene. Why not? Nope, that's, Finley Nelson. And this ball is short. Going to be rebounded by Larson for the Wildcats. Larson's going to let the offense get set. She calls it out. Watches, gives the direction, now gives to Thorson on the far side. Thorson trying to go inside, not sure what that was on that pass as Nelson's going to get the steal for Cambridge-Isanti. Trulene steps back, give now to Ostlund, now inside Davis. Davis tries drive, gives back outside Trulene. Trulene could have, but instead gives it down to Ostlund in the far side corner. Inside Davis. Davis, and that, no foul call there on Eagle. I thought she had leaned over a little bit with the block.
Yeah, it looked very awkward shot there, the way the girl came in from behind. Officials say out of bounds, Blue Jacket ball.
Cooksley and Asleason will check in for Beaver and Eagle on the Wildcat side. It looks like maybe we had
some confusion on the substitutes coming in here.
We had 6 on the court for the Wildcats. The refs let them get the 6th off. You've heard of the 6th man effect, but can't have it on the court. Shot is up here. Ostlund, I mean,
again, the defender kind of fell down. Ostlund,
2
dribbles to the left, a little jump shot, knocked it down.
Great awareness there by her, and now Goring with it. Thorson on the far side. She's got the lane to the basket, but then just can't. She was not strong enough on that one. I think she got a little nervous with the presence of Davis there and took something off the shot. For the Wildcats right now, I think they need to be a little bit more aggressive if they're going to drive inside. Don't be worried about getting bumped. Just take it inside and take the foul call even if you can draw it.
Very physical play inside again. Davis thought she was being held. She ended up getting called for a travel call on that.
I think she had a point because early, just before she got called for the travel, I thought the Wildcat defender kind of came over top there, but no call. 34-12. Under 11 minutes to go here in the game. Cooksley with it for the Wildcats. She's looking to drive inside. Nearly stolen away by Davis. Cooksley lost it, gets it back, and now maybe looking for a hook shot. Well, that's awkward, but hey, it falls in for 2 to end the drought for Chisago Lakes.
Like you just talked about, being aggressive. Go aggressive. And she did that.
Oh, man, Cooksley. I think that's a good foul for Cooksley. You know, she's out of position a little bit, but she gets the foul call and doesn't allow, Ostlund the easy 2. So Austin will be at the line for 2 shots. First one's up and good. Now, again, as I mentioned, for Cooksley, I think it was just the quickness of Ostlund that beat her. Otherwise, Cooksley was in pretty good position.
Yep, just a little body contact as she got kind of pushed out of bounds a little bit and was forced to.
Ostlund, no good on the second. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. That might stay with Cambridge-Isanti. Nope. It will be Wildcats ball. So 1 of 2 there for Ostlund. It will be knocked out of bounds, they say, by the Blue Jackets, 35-14. Wildcats will bring it back the other way. We have a new young lady in for the Wildcats. That's number 2, Cara Hall. Cooksley with it. And, I think right now for the Wildcats, you just need to find the young lady who's going to be more aggressive inside. It's going to be stolen away here by Mills. Mills falls on top of it. And now we're going to have a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors the Blue Jackets.
Good hustle by both teams, not afraid to get on the floor. Diving for balls, getting some knee burns.
As Leeson steps in front of Davis to get the, are they going to get Davis for the steal? They're going to get Asleason. So I thought she had done a good job just to step in front there. I guess I didn't really see a foul. Well, apparently they didn't think it was too good by Asleason, and now Davis inside drops it in for 2.
Another great post up.
Yeah.
Good ball feed, post feed, and Davis is just a strong post player. It's fun to see a strong inside presence.
Ooh, I thought Cooksley there, speaking of inside, had the lane to the basket, but again, because the defender was there, maybe closed it off a little bit, just got second-guessed herself, I think. I think Cooksley would have had it, though.
Yeah, you've said it before. Go aggressive to the basket. Keep going. Go aggressive. Get to the free throw line.
Ooh, they're going to get Cooksley on the sideline over there on the far side with her second foul, the team's fourth of the second half. It's unfortunate now. It looks like the Wildcats getting a little out of sorts here on both sides of the ball. And a good pass inside to Davis, and she finishes it off with a 2.
Davis just got position. There's no weak side help. He just lobbed it over the defender, and she's able to get it and get a wide open layup.
It's a great feed there. Now is Leeson with it for the Wildcats. Gives to Lily Smith on the near side. Smith gives back to Cooksley. You know, Cooksley has been a player who here in the second half, as Kara Hall gets that one blocked by Trulene and stolen away by Davis. And now back the other way. It's Osland underneath the basket, realizes there's no chance, so she brings it back outside.
Good decision. And you got a mismatch again with Davis
goodness.
down low. Great feed from Bree Knight.
I mean, that was all set up on the feed from Knight. Knight found her wide open. That was a really unselfish play there by Knight. Knight could have easily taken the 3, but instead found Davis open underneath. It'll be a full timeout here by the Wildcats. So while they take a timeout, we will as well here on Cool Country WCMP.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
The Duluth Sports Show is back February 13th through 16th.
Be amazed by Sarah Twister, the incredible performer who balances on her arms while shooting a bow and arrow with her feet.
Explore the latest in marine electronics and catch expert demos from top fishing and hunting pros.
Plus, enjoy Field and Flame cooking demos. Try your luck in the trout pond and get your trophy rack scored for free.
Come for the deals, stay for the fun.
February 13th through 16th at the Deck in Duluth.
Your ticket to outdoor adventure awaits at DuluthSportsShow.com.
Back here on WCMP, Cool Country. The Blue Jackets lead the Wildcats here in the second half, 41-14. And, you know, it's been an unfortunate second half for the Wildcats because it was close in the first half. But, I mean, the Blue Jackets have just put the pedal to the metal here in the second half and really executed on all cylinders. I mean, they have just done such a good job here of executing their game plan and kind of getting Wildcats off of their own game plan, really.
Yeah, they're really making miserable here for the Wildcats. They're just having a hard time getting open shots.
And again, under 10 to shoot for the Wildcats. Again, really, they just don't know who to. As Leeson finally takes the shot, it will reset, but it's going to be rebounded by Davis anyways. So good feed up the court. Just a little too strong for the young lady wearing number 22. That's Amaya Polzine. Polzine.
Another 8th grader for the Jackets.
So it was taken back the other way by the Wildcats. Going to get a foul here on, I think, Polzine, actually.
Yeah, the Wildcats, just every possession, they're able to move the ball, work the ball, penetrate, kick out. The shot clock's been under 10, I think, almost every possession, and then they end up forcing something.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because, man, they have gotten some really good looks inside. Well, leave it to the what appears to be the shortest player on the court, Cara Hall, to drive inside and put that shot up over the defender Davis. I mean,
another basket from an 8th grader.
Yes.
Cara Hall for the Wildcats.
Leave it to the youngsters tonight.
Yeah,
they're taking over.
They're stepping up.
Knight inside, bothered by Larson, and says she's giving it outside Trulene, and this time she's going to be off the mark, and nearly a rebound there for Osselin, but it will be thrown a little too far out in front of Polzine, and it will be going back to the Wildcats. Checking in for the Wildcats, Annika Smith, for the first time here tonight. So the Wildcats get it back on the inbound. It is Beaver, who gives to Thorson. Thorson finds a lane inside. Oh, traveled with it. She just lost that ball on her hip a little bit and just couldn't get it back in front to get that shot off, which is really unfortunate because that shot was there.
Yeah, again, I like the drive. I love the aggressiveness. Just kind of lost it on the hip, driving through the lane.
Beaver into the game. Crittenden. Beaver Crittenden into the game.
There's Davis again down low.
Give to Polzine now. Oslin and Davis inside again for 2.
The Jackets this half have done a really good job of recognizing Davis is one-on-one in the post all half, and she's got 10 points now in this half. Great post feeds down low. Chisago really needs to bring somebody over there to help on the double team.
Yeah, they haven't found that help yet here, but you know I thought they've had good matchups with Cooksley and Eagle. I'm just surprised they haven't stuck with that.
Yeah, Eagle certainly made it more miserable in the first half on her.
Beaver inside. Thought she had a shot. Instead, she'll give it outside. Good look from Annika Smith. Shot is up, no good. Rebound there by Claire Beaver. And they'll reset. Claire Beaver says, I'll take a 3-point shot. Almost got the bounce. And a shot, again, no good, but rebounded by Larson. Beaver thinking about it. She could have a 3-point opportunity. Instead gives to Larson. Inside, good-looking shot. Just a little too much oomph on that one, and it's going to be Davis for the Blue Jackets with the rebound. I like
the Wildcats' possession there. They had 3 shots at it. They really shot the ball when they had open looks. In the last couple possessions, the shot clocks got too low, and they're not afraid. They're a little afraid to shoot. And I like that they were just, I got an open shot, I got to shoot it.
Yeah. Being a little bit more aggressive that we kind of talked about. Beaver nearly gets. Are they going to foul or jump ball? I thought I seen hand up for a foul. Yeah, they are going to get foul. Oh, did they call it on Cambridge-Isanti? They did.
Foul on Cambridge.
So they got it on
Polzine. Not sure what happened on that play over there. It's away from us.
Yeah, we couldn't really tell. Not a good enough advantage point. So got another player in for the Blue Jackets. That's number 2, Anya Lohman. Now we get a foul again by Cambridge-Isanti. It'll be the team's 6th and the 3rd here on Davis. And at the line now to shoot 2 is McKenna Thorson. So Thorson, the first time at the line tonight. First one's up, no good. And unfortunately, they have still only hit 1 free throw this evening, but have only gone to the line now 4 times. This one is good, though. And it will be a timeout called here by the Wildcats. It's 43-17. Wildcats trail on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard with 5:35 to go. Looks like it will be a 30-second timeout, so that means we'll keep it here and talk about what has been going on. And what has been going on is it has been kind of Cambridge-Isanti's half, but it has kind of come from maybe an unsuspecting player, Trulene, an 8th grader, who has come up big here, as well as Oslin and some other players, but Davis has also been a big key in the Wildcats. Not that they haven't had so much an answer, it just seems like they haven't followed through with the defense.
Yeah, Bree Knight tonight is not her night. Scoring-wise, but I really, she's still a leader on the court. She has set Davis up for multiple post feeds, getting in her baskets. She's allowed the 9th graders and Oslin and Trulene to really take over and set her teammates up, and that's what you want from a leader.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not your night scoring, but she's still working hard on defense and setting her teammates up for open looks, and wants to win badly, and she's willing to sacrifice her scoring if it helps the team.
Yeah, exactly. A definition of a leader right there, and that's the kind of leader you need, especially with a younger team like this, showing that selflessness and that want and will to just be able to help the team continue to score and try and win, and that will help this team going forward into next year, the year after, and the year after. And again, both these teams going to be, we're going to be talking about a lot in the years to come. Good defense now by the Wildcats, not giving Davis anything inside. Now a shot that is off the mark and no good. That will be, they're going to say, shot clock violation.
Yeah, the Wildcats came out in a zone there, and you really saw them double teaming Davis there. And it really all the guards could do was work the ball around the top of the key and couldn't find Davis open.
Going with it now offensively for the Wildcats. Give to Cooksley. Cooksley nearly lost. Oh, they're going to get a foul here on the Blue Jackets. I don't know about that one.
I think that was may have been a call that was not called in the first half on either team, to be honest.
Yeah. They definitely let them play a lot more in that first half. This half, they kind of tightened it up, and Goring with a 3 opportunity. This ball is swatted back into the hands of Davis for the rebound, and here come the Blue Jackets the other way. Davis trying to take it herself. She lost it, picks it back up. Give out to Knight. Now they give to Crintonen. Into Davis. Davis trying to get the edge, and she's 3 different players get to her. Nearly lost it, but the ball is taken back by the Blue Jackets. A 3 is up, and nice rebound by Polzine. Her shot is up, no good, but she's going to go to the line to shoot 2 anyways because we got a foul on the Wildcats. I think they got Annika Smith that time with her first and the team's 5th. And again, Polzine will go to the line to shoot 2. 4:16 to go as we see a little bit of the crowd piling in for the boys' game. This one up by Polzine is no good. Despite the score, it has been a fun second half, a fun game to call. Even the score now a little bit lopsided, but still a really fun physical game. But Polzine's second one is no good. Goring there for the rebound. Goring up on the far side. Didn't get the angle she wanted, so gives it back to Cooksley. Cooksley looks. She wants to drive inside. Nearly lost it. Knight with the hand in there. Going into Beaver. Oh, my goodness. I don't know how Beaver got that one. And then a crazy leaning hook shot to get that one to fall in for 2.
Good play by Beaver. Again, a strong drive and went up hard for good right-hand layup.
Blue Jackets have it back in their offensive zone. Trying to find Davis, but they'll be patient. Polzine with it. She wanted baseline drive, but Eagle quickly shut that down.
Yeah, Chisago's playing a little 2-3 zone right now.
They're going to get Goring for the foul. Goring trying to say that, Davis was grabbing her arm, but unfortunately she's going to get called for holding. And sometimes, you do what you can to guard a player, and sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't. So.
Yeah, she was one-on-one with Davis in the post, and that is not a place you want to be.
No. Polzine got the defender to jump on the fake and then drives and takes the short jumper for 2. Beaver back up the other way with it. Good give inside to Eagle. Just a little soft on that shot, and it's going to be rebounded by Davis. A 3 from Trulene. This one's off the mark. How in the world did Davis get that rebound? I may never know. But wow, what a rebound for her. 47-19, under 3 minutes to go. Larson, she says, give me that thing. I'm going to take it inside. And Eagle, again, a little bit soft on the shot, but she gets fouled, so she'll now go to the line and shoot 2. This one, I think, called again on Ellie Davis, her 4th, team's 7th.
Last couple possessions, great drives, great passes for layups. See if Eagle can make some free throws here.
And she does on the first. And we'll get another new young lady in here for the Blue Jackets who has not seen the court tonight. That's number 20, Scarlett Porta. Eagle is good. So Eagle is good on both of the free throw attempts there to make it 47-21. And here comes Davis back the other way, under 3 minutes to go. Davis gives near side to Porta. She's trying to drive, stops, back around, and gives it to Trulene. Trulene will give on the far side. That is Lohman. Lohman being bothered by Eagle. Left alone from 3. Oh, it's good from Porta. And the entire bench gets on their feet for that one. Good looking 3 there from Porta.
Another 9th grader.
And Beaver, speaking of another freshman, taking it to the basket, drawing a foul. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I like that Beaver is still in the game right now, and I like that she's learning to gain confidence when driving to the basket. Knowing and learning how to take contact and drawing fouls is going to be important for her as a 9th grader. She's got a lot of good years of basketball, and she's a very talented ball handler.
Absolutely. Trulene with that latest Cambridge-Isanti foul, her first, team's 8th. And into the game, again, another new young lady for the Blue Jackets, Sophie Makula. Meanwhile, Beaver missed the first, but makes the second rather, and it's 50-22 now. Davis is still in the game. Mainly the backups in now. With it is Makula. Davis inside, bothered by Eagle. She'll get it back outside. Makula for 3. It's short. Lily Smith will get the rebound for Chisago Lakes. Under 2 to go, 50-22. Beaver had a chance from 3, but a little bit long range, so she instead gives it to Larson. Eagle trying to drive inside. The reverse on the spin move, and then she drops it in for 2.
Great move by Eagle. Once again, a nice post up. Like I said, we don't see that a lot. Most teams play a 4 out, 5 out. Not a true post, but to see Eagle, a nice post move it's fun to see her and Davis in the post.
Cooksley gives the edge, but then it's knocked out by Beaver. Man, these two teams still playing aggressively. I love to see it. Crintonen checks back into the game, I believe, for Trulene. Trulene, what a night for her. My goodness. 9 points here in the second half for a total of 16 to finish with. Inbound to Davis. Now on the far side to Crintonen. This ball stolen away by Lily Smith. Lily Smith, good feed to Beaver, and Beaver finishes with the nice touch. You know, it's a win for Cambridge-Isanti, but don't tell Chisago Lakes that.
Yeah, they're still playing hard, trying to gain experience for a team with no seniors.
As we see Larson knock this ball out away from Lohman, but it will be last touch by Larson, so it will stay with the Blue Jackets. 56 seconds to go in the game. 23 on the shot clock for the Blue Jackets on offense. They'll inbound, and it is Porta with it. Porta back out to Crintonen. Back to Porta. Porta tries to drive, picks up her dribble, got bothered by Cooksley, then gives to Davis. Davis wanting to drive inside. Good feed. 5, 4 threes to shoot now. Davis will shoot a 3. Oh, it's good. Wow.
I thought it was tipped.
I thought it was. It didn't. Wow.
I found a way to go in, but that was no art.
No, there was none. A line drive. I guess it's soon enough. I guess talking about baseball, we're almost there. So
that's right.
Larson, she will. No, my goodness, not draw the foul. I thought maybe perhaps Porta had a hand on the wrists of Larson, but not the case. They will call Larson for the travel. So 15 seconds now left in this girls' game, the first of the doubleheader here in Chisago Lakes between the Blue Jackets and the Wildcats. Ellie Davis. Surprised she's still out there?
I am a little surprised she is still out there. She's so key to the team's success in future games.
3, 2, and 1, and that'll do it. So the final on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, 53-26. The Blue Jackets get the victory over the Wildcats in the girls' game. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back, recap the girls' game, then we'll take another commercial break to get ready for the boys' game of the doubleheader. But first, our quick commercial break to recap the girls' game.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
You gotta stop somewhere, so make a stop into the Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, grab CK Oil, save $2 when you buy 2, or CK Diesel DEF treatment for only $23.99. While you're at Holiday, they still have the $3, $4, $5 meal deals on some of your favorite items, and Refresh Team Spirit with Mountain Dew are 3 for $6. Or Celsius, buy one, get one free. Whoa! Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Back here on WCMP, Cool Country, 100.9 FM. The final in the girls' game of the doubleheader, the Blue Jackets get the victory, 53-26. Taking a look at some of the stats here from the game. Leading the team was Ellie Davis with 20 points, then 16 for Trulene. Then 6 for Ostland, and then 3 for Knight, Nelson, and Porta, and 2 for Polzine. Of course, Davis led the team with plenty of rebounds. Double digits, but plenty. I mean, plenty of rebounds. They had 10 total steals, 4 blocks. They were 7 of 14 from the free throw line, 50%. Something they'll like to improve upon, but they also had 12 team fouls. So good look there from the Blue Jackets. Again, the second half was their half to play. On the other side for the Wildcats, Claire Beaver led the team with all seven coming in the second half. 6 for Madison Eagle, 5 for Rhiannon Goring. Unfortunately, no points in the second half for her. And then 3 for Kayla Larson, 2 for Mariana Cooksley and Kara Hall, and then 1 for McKenna Thorson. Rebound-wise, it's Larson to lead the team with 7. They had 7 steals, 1 block. They were 5 of 12 from the free throw line and had 13 total team fouls. So, again, it was Cambridge-Isanti. They just came out in the second half a little bit hotter, had a better game plan. The Wildcats just seemed like they were a little bit lost there as they began the second half and just really couldn't get things going their way. It seemed like the shot clock was not their friend there, and they just really couldn't decide who to give that ball off to when the shot clock was low. They just didn't seem confident enough to shoot the ball, I should say. Just every player just did not seem confident enough to take that shot, and eventually they figured that out. But those are the things that experience will help them with as we go forward.
Yeah, as a young team, they need to learn who's going to score and win, and just feel like they're missing that go-to girl. There's a lot of talent on that Wildcats team, a lot of young talent that is gaining varsity experience this year. And they just need to figure out who's going to be that go-to girl, who's going to step up and be the girl that can shoot the ball when we need to get a shot up. And they were able to run the offense, and they just struggled to really get in a sync to when they were going to shoot the ball and who that person was going to be. And huge credit to Trulene for the Blue Jackets. Her 3 has really got the Jackets to take off in the second half. You know, they all came very early. The game was still very much in check. You know, the Jackets started the second half with an 8-point lead, and Trulene gets hot, knocks down 3 threes, and next thing you know, the lead is 14-16, grows to 20, right? And huge. What a way to start the second half for an 8th grader. And once she got going, Austin made a couple of shots, and then it was Ellie Davis time.
Yeah.
Just going to Ellie Davis in the post, and she just made things happen, and that's what you want from your senior leader, right? She really put the game away and out of touch for the Wildcats.
She really did, and yeah, it was nice to see the 8th grader step up in a big way for this team, really when they needed her to, and really kind of put this game not out of reach herself, but it was pretty darn close. She really got momentum swung in their favor heavily early on, and we had kind of talked about that at half, kind of who was going to swing momentum in their way first, and well, it was Cambridge-Isanti there in that second half. So we're going to get ready and prepared for this boys basketball game, the second game of the doubleheader, and while we do that, we're going to once again hear a word from our fine sponsors. So while we take a few moments, I should say, to get ready for this boys basketball game and talk about what these two teams have been up to this year, we're going to hear another word from our fine sponsors. But then after that, we will be back and ready for the pregame of the boys game here on Cool Country WCMP.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Hey there, sports fans. Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City, and we have a Lee's Crazy Sale going on. It's time to gear up for hockey, basketball, wrestling, or volleyball equipment, as it is all 20% off. That's right, 20% off all your favorite hockey, basketball, wrestling, and volleyball equipment. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, Lee's Pro Shop has everything you need to take your game to the next level. So don't wait. Stop by Lee's Pro Shop today. Save big on your favorite sports equipment. Hurry in for Lee's Crazy Sale. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local Auto Owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
The Duluth Sports Show is back February 13th through 16th.
Shop the latest gear and explore a massive selection of boats, docks, lifts, ATVs, RVs, fifth wheels, travel trailers, and more.
Save big with exclusive show-only pricing. Grab cash and carry items to take home and enjoy family-friendly entertainment.
Come for the deals, stay for the fun.
If there's too much to see, come back a second day for free.
February 13th through 16th at the Deck in Duluth.
Your ticket to outdoor adventure awaits at DuluthSportsShow.com.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local Auto Owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Whoa! Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, grab a Meat Lover's burrito or new Ranchero beef and cheese burrito. I want one right now. Wash it down with everyone's favorite Celsius, buy one, get one free. And Holiday still has the $3, $4, $5 meal deals on some of your favorite items. Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store and save. Open 24/7, 365. The Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare, information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Go online to pine.edu for more information. Pine Technical and Community College, connect with success.
Back here on Cool Country WCMP. Game Day Gilman joined alongside by Chris Gable as we get set for the second game of the doubleheader here at Chisago Lakes. This is going to be the boys' game between the Wildcats and the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets. As we take a look at these two teams coming into this one, again, a Mississippi 8 conference game, so you know that it is going to be a physical, fast game. Now, who will score first? Who will be the winners? Well, that's yet to be determined. We got an entire game to get through to figure that out. And again, I think it's going to be another good one. But taking a look at these two teams, starting with the Blue Jackets of Cambridge-Isanti, well, you look at their section record-wise, it's kind of looks like a weaker year for their section. But then you look at some of the records and some of the teams in it, well, it may not be so much weak as it is just very, very tough teams. You've got Cambridge-Isanti down there at the 7th spot. They could easily be in the 5th spot, but it is because their 0-4 section record puts them at the 7th spot behind Coon Rapids and Forest Lake. And I'm sure at this point of the season they're feeling like, man, we should be up over those two teams in a spot to try and fight for a home playoff game, but just not there right now. As Anoka is on top, then it's Blaine, Andover, Centennial, Forest Lake, Coon Rapids, then Cambridge-Isanti, and Duluth East. Cambridge-Isanti is 9-11 on the season, 0-4 as we mentioned in the section. They score 72 points per game and give up about 71 points per game, so pretty even on that aspect of things. So, but again, a lot of these teams in the Mississippi 8 love to run the floor. As we take a look at their season so far, it started out kind of up and down for them. It was a loss to Buffalo, then a win over Elk River, then a loss to Centennial, then they beat Princeton, then they lost to Monticello, then they beat St. Francis. So a little bit of back and forth there. 3-3 before Christmas break. Didn't play a ton actually before Christmas break, but 3-3 before that Christmas break. And then they went into a tournament up in Superior, Wisconsin, where they won one, lost one. They beat Superior but fell to Duluth Denfeld. And looking at their beginning of the season, a 8-point loss to Centennial. That one definitely would have helped in the section, but unfortunately they lost that one. Coming out of the Christmas break at, again, 500, 4-4. They lost to Forest Lake. That's one where, again, a game that you always want to watch and be a part of because of the matchup that it is, father-son. You know, you always want to be able to watch that one between those two teams. The son got the best of that one. Then they went on to win 2 straight over North Branch and this Chisago Lakes team before falling in 3 straight to Becker, Zimmerman, and Coon Rapids. Another game against Coon Rapids where they felt like they should have and probably should have won that one. But then again, they won 2 straight in a row over Big Lake and Princeton, a 1-point win over Princeton, before losing 2 straight to Monticello and St. Francis. And again, that St. Francis game, only a 4-point loss. Another one where they probably felt like really should have won that one. Then they beat North Branch by nearly 40 points last Thursday before falling to Duluth East. Another one where it's like, man, we should have won. This, again, another Cambridge-Isanti team that could be well up over that 500 mark, and if you turn those losses into wins, we're talking about a team in the top 2, maybe 3 of this section.
Yeah, you look at the section standings here, and Forest Lake is 5-15. Coon Rapids 5-15. Duluth East, who's currently the 8th seed, is 6-13. And even Centennial, as the 4th seed, is 10-11.
Yeah.
And the Jackets are 9-11, but unfortunately, they have the head-to-head losses of their section opponents in Centennial, Forest Lake, and Coon Rapids, and Duluth East. And you think about those ball games and how important those were, and now they may struggle to host a playoff game.
Yeah, which is really unfortunate because, again, how many games did we just talk about that? Man, they should have won. I mean, Duluth East, that's one of them. St. Francis, another one. Coon Rapids, that's a third one already, and that's just after Christmas break. Before Christmas break, we talked about the game against Centennial. That's 4 wins. This team could be a 13-win team and only 7 losses. I mean, those are just so big. Those are games you have to close out or finish. Whatever it is, they got to make sure that they don't have that type of game in the back half of the season. Now, I'm looking at that Monticello game. You know, it's a loss, but I'm thinking that game looks a lot closer than what it says on the final, 83-66. Monticello hasn't allowed a lot of teams to be close this year. So for Cambridge-Isanti to have that close of a game, I know it doesn't seem close, but I bet you that's a lot closer than what it seems.
Yeah, for sure. The ability, Monticello is such an incredible good team. Like, they're just so talented. So for the Blue Jackets to give them a little run and to keep it close should give them some confidence.
Yeah, both the Monticello teams this year are just ridiculously good, both the boys and the girls. The girls team is a perennial powerhouse, but the boys this year are saying, well, we're going to match that energy. Let's make it 2 trying to get to the state tournament. After this game for Cambridge-Isanti, they'll get a little bit of a rest before playing on Friday and Saturday. They'll host Becker on Friday and then host to Andover then again on Saturday. Then they'll play Andover again next Thursday. So it's back-to-back for Cambridge-Isanti against Andover. 2 chances for them to win over Andover. That would be huge, getting back-to-back wins. But again, a Becker win on Friday would also help things. They will also have yet another home game in a row next Friday when they host Zimmerman before finishing the season on the road at Big Lake, and then at Blaine, February 27th. That Blaine game is a section game. So to finish off the season, they have 3 section games, which may not be enough to get them over that hump to host a playoff game, but that would be huge if they could even win 2 of those 3 section games. Not so much, again, to help them get a home playoff game, but just to get some momentum heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, Andover is the 3 seed, and they're 8-12.
Yeah.
So if you can find a way to split with Andover and then get one in Blaine, that would be huge.
It would be, as we take a look at Chisago Lakes again. Now, something crazy happened last week for Chisago Lakes. They fell to North Branch again for the second time this year, so they lost that season series. But then they got to host Princeton in a doubleheader. Princeton's had an up-and-down year. Princeton on the season, let's see if we can't find them real quick. I believe they play out of 5-3A. They're 10-11. Chisago Lakes was 1-17. Chisago Lakes got the win over Princeton last Thursday. A big upset win over Princeton. That is huge for the Chisago Lakes team. Again, now not only that, that's their first win over a Minnesota team this year. They had previously beat Osceola. That's their first win over a Minnesota team, and I'm sure that feels really good for them to get that monkey off their back. As in the Section 7 3A standings, they are 7th, just over North Branch because of the QRF win over Princeton. But they're 0-5 in the section, 2-17 overall. They're scoring about 64 points per game, giving up about 87. It has really been a tale of 2 sides of the ball. Their offense just unfortunately has not been able to match what they did last year. Hard to do so, but they have just not been able to get even close, and then their defense has struggled some this year. And again, it's been a little bit of a consistency thing for this team this year. Again, learning, a brand new team from last year, so there's a lot of inexperience on this team, but still learning. Again, they beat Osceola earlier in the season as they were 0-5 for their first win, and they would go on to lose the next 16 before last Thursday, beating Princeton 98-87. Again, it's not that they don't have the ability to score big points in games, it's just it hasn't been as often as they would like. I'm sure they would like more shootouts than they would close games at this point, because when this offense is rolling, man, it can roll.
Yeah, they put the ball in the basket, no doubt about it. They need to defend tonight. They need to defend because Cambridge is going to run. They're going to push the ball, and Chisago needs to play defense. And Chisago really needs to carry that confidence over from that Princeton game to today. Cambridge has also been very inconsistent. So Chisago can stay in this game and make Cambridge play the whole game, 36 minutes, and gain their confidence. Stay close, keep your confidence up. And you learned how to win last week. Try to do that again tonight.
Absolutely. We look at some of their close losses. 2 of them came to North Branch. It was a 2-point loss last week to North Branch. It was a 1-point loss earlier in the season, 80-79. But taking a look at some of the other games that probably could have turned into wins. Cloquet, only a 7-point loss. That one probably should have been a win. Then you take a look at another game, Princeton. Now that's a double-digit loss, but I'm sure it's one where they feel like we should have turned it around and made it a win. Now, they did play a game recently that I watched against Duluth-Denfeld. I think they were outplayed at times, but you give them a couple more minutes again in that game, that turns out to be a different outcome, and Chisago Lakes probably comes out on top. So there's a few wins they left out there, but look at the schedule. These teams that they face, their QRF, there's very few under 90. Very few under 90. So yes, it's a learning year. They're inexperienced this year, but their schedule this year has also been just ridiculous. It has been more or less of a gauntlet for the Wildcats this season.
It's like we talked about with the girls, where a new team this year really for the Wildcats. They're figuring out who can score and win, and who's going to take control of the ball, who's going to take control of the game when they have to get a basket. And they're figuring that out as the season goes.
Taking a look at when the playoffs are for both of these teams. For the Wildcats, it will start Wednesday, March 5th, right in time for March Madness. Gotta love it. So they'll start March 5th for Cambridge-Isanti, playing out of, again, Section 7 4A. No update on the bracket right now. I would guess it's around that March 5th mark. It does say March 5th as well. So that is when both of their playoffs will start for these two teams. And again, you might not look at either of these teams and say, they could go on and pull off an upset and get in the semifinal, maybe the championship game. I'm telling you right now, they could. These two teams they're those kind of teams this year. They're the teams where you might overlook, you might not think they do much in the playoffs, but all of a sudden they go out, upset a team or two, and now we're talking about them one game away from state.
Yeah, if you end up playing one of these teams in the playoffs, you have to prepare, and you have to tell your guys that nothing's going to be given to you. You have to go out and earn it against both of these teams, and especially Cambridge in Section 7 4A. Really, anybody in that section could beat anybody on any given night. The talent is really about equal in all their teams.
Yeah, that section is pretty much up for grabs. And as we take a look at the starters here for the Cambridge-Isanti Blue Jackets, it will be number 1, Jamison Eppel, number 2, Ethan Bergloff, number 10, Emerson Drubble, number 11, Hayden Westman, and number 55, Dominic Olson. They are, of course, head coached by the figure himself, Mr. Mike McDonald. Just saying that name, more people than not know who that is, and they know what he has accomplished in his career. I mean, what a career it has been, and he's still going.
Still going, and this is a classic Blue Jacket team. They want to cause chaos. Their slogan is Havoc, right? They want to cause havoc. They're going to run. They're going to play strong defense. They're going to be in your face. They're going to be reaching. They're going to be handsy. And if these officials, which are the same officials from the girls' game, allow it to be physical like they did the girls' game, it's going to definitely play in the Blue Jackets' favor.
Yeah, and we've seen with Chisago Lakes, it's not that they can't handle, it's just that's just not been their forte this year, is handling the more physical game. So for the Wildcats, starting for them, number 2, Colton Betts, 3, Joe Cowenhoven, 4, Jack Storley, 24, Cohen Underhill, and 35, Riley Estes. Again, this only his, I think, 3rd or 4th game back, so he's still kind of knocking the rust off. Blue Jackets wearing their white away uniforms, the blue letters and numbers, the blue checker down the side of the jersey and shorts. The Wildcats will win the tip. Colton Betts back out to Cowenhoven. Cowenhoven looking to drive in quickly. A hook shot is up and good, so the Wildcats are on the board first here in this one. It's a 2-0 lead, but yeah, that probably won't last long as the
No time to breathe as the Jackets get it up the floor in one pass, but turned it over quickly.
Yeah, Underhill with the turnover, and then the missed shot is rebounded by Bergloff for the Blue Jackets. And there's really, I mean, this is going to be one where you better not blink or turn off the channel because you're going to miss about 3, 4, 5 plays. As the pass now to 45.
Lundeen for 3. Eddie Lundeen, sophomore, for 3, opening the scoring for the Jackets here.
I think we got a little bit of a mix-up on the starters for Cambridge-Isanti because that is not who I had in there.
45.
So
45, Lundeen for 3 there.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a mix-up there.
We have Chisago Lakes turn the ball over and then back to the Jackets here.
And another 3 opportunity is missed, and this time it's going to be rebounded by Colton Betts. So a little bit of mix-up there on the starters for Cambridge-Isanti, but nonetheless, we get back with the Wildcats coming the other way. It's an Underhill for 2, and the Blue Jackets come back the other way, and they miss that one. It's rebounded by Riley Estes. Bringing it up the court is Storley. It's going to be stolen by Lundeen. Lundeen, one-on-one, give off there to Eppel, and Eppel draws the and one. He'll go to the line for the 3-point play.
You're seeing huge up and down play. I'm not going to be able to say a lot in this game. The Jackets are getting it up the floor here in one long pass almost every time. The last possession, there was almost like an alley-oop to Druby.
So Eppel will look for the 3-point play. This one is no good. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Wildcat ball, so Druby no good on the free throw. Or excuse me, that was...
The Jackets are set up here in a 2-1-2 press as well. They're going to make things miserable for the Wildcats.
Back the other way. Counhoven no good. Druby with the rebound. And then out of bounds, and it will go back to the Wildcats. Well, now the Wildcats will get it inbounded and facing a little bit of pressure there in the backcourt. Bounce pass to Storley is, just a little bit taken off, but nice job by Storley.
Druby kind of tipped the ball, and it ended up back to the Wildcats in the backcourt, and they did not. There was no change of possession, so it's a backcourt violation because there was a 10-second count that was used on the shot clock there.
So unfortunately, a turnover for the Wildcats, and Blue Jackets will get it inbound. They'll start in the backcourt themselves to Bergloff. Now Eppel going inside and underneath, and wide open for 2 is Druby to make it 7-4.
I believe Druby's on 1,000-point watch tonight.
Ooh, okay.
I'm not sure. I heard 18, but then I also heard 24 away, so I'm not 100% sure.
Either way, he is close. Meanwhile, coming back the other way is Joe Cowenhoven for 2. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can catch your breath because we're in for a wild one here in this one. Druby, another 2. He says, I want the 1,000, ladies and gentlemen, 9-6. Estes will get the inbound. He'll give it up to Colton Betts. Colton Betts trying to split the defenders. It's knocked out of his hands. It's going to be stolen away by Lundeen. Lundeen will take it back the other way, giving the near side corner here to Bergloff. Bergloff holding it away from the defender. Cowenhoven now on the far side to Eppel. Eppel nearly had that one stolen away. It was tipped, but Lundeen gets it now back to Bergloff on the elbow. Bergloff trying to drive, gives near side to Westman for 3 off the mark, and rebounded by Betts. Betts trying to drive. He'll take it himself, being aggressive at the net. Oh, we're going to get a foul here on Cambridge-Isanti. Druby does not agree. That'll be his first. Team's first, and now at the line to shoot 2, Colton Betts. We've got Blake Seifert, Luke Lasuda, and Will Walker on deck. No good on that first one from Colton Betts.
Really impressed with Cohenhoven so far tonight. He's had some aggressive attacks to the basket. He's got 4 points, and they've both been layups, and that's the way you need to do it. You need to attack. The Jackets really don't have any inside presence to block a lot of shots. Druby can do it, but for the most part, if you can get to the lane, you have a shot at a layup, and Cohenhoven's done a great job of attacking.
That makes 1 of 2 there. It's 9-7. Wildcats, a little bit of pressure there, but here comes Druby the other way. He lost it out of his own hand and frustrated with himself there on that one because he knows he had the easy layup for 2 more, but maybe just a little too fast on that one for his own self. Now Seifert will look to inbound. He'll get it deep to Underhill. Underhill brings it in under control. Now he's just going to take it to the basket himself off the front of the rim and in for 2. Makes it 9-8. Druby gives near side. A 3 is up and rattles out, and then it's going to be rebounded here by Lasuda. Lasuda give near side. Seifert 3 off the mark. Rebounded by Lundin. Lundin trying to turn on the Jets. Gets by 1. Pass back outside. Now in the far side corner. Bergloff 3. No good. Underhill is there for the rebound. Underhill brings it up the court. Into pressure. Gives it off far side. Will Walker for 3. That's going to be no good. Rebounded by Druby. Now up the court quickly. Bergloff. No good from 2 underneath. And it's Underhill with another rebound. Seifert got back quickly to make sure that shot was off the mark. Lasuda give to Seifert. Trying to go inside Underhill. Underhill back outside Seifert. Quick 3 off the mark. And Druby with the rebound. Druby pass up the court to Bergloff. He lost it to Lundin. Now back at the top of the key. Druby 3 no good. Will Walker with the rebound for Chisago Lakes. Give up to Lasuda. Lasuda waiting for the offense to get back up and get set. Give to Underhill. Underhill trying to drive inside. Give underneath Estes. Estes top of the key to Lasuda. Lasuda 3. No good. Rebounded there by Lundin.
If you're the Wildcats, you're happy with the start to this game. The Jackets are pushing it up, but it's 9-9, 5 minutes into the game. Steal there by Lasuda.
Yeah, Lasuda with the steal. Slowing things down with Will Walker. Inside to Underhill. Stolen away by Lundin.
Buckle up, people.
And it's a slam for Emerson Druby on the fast break, 2. Lundin with the steal, and Druby slammed it home. 11-9. And now back up the court. The Wildcats going right to left on your radio dial. Blue Jackets left to right. Meanwhile, Underhill gets his own rebound and gets it on a putback for 2.
That's an important basket for the Wildcats. Can't let Cambridge get the momentum after the dunk there.
Absolutely not. And, oh, they're going to count this basket. Wow. Bergloff is going to get the 2 plus the and 1 on the foul they called on Luke Lasuda. Bergloff will look for the 3-point play. This one's up and no good. Still rebounded anyways by the Blue Jackets. That was number 3, which is Lane Nelson. And then they're going to call this one out of bounds off of Chisago Lakes. Wildcat fans don't like that, but we're not at a good angle to tell. Also into the game is number 22. That's Peyton Copeland. Excuse me. A long 3 is not going to even be close. They're going to say
I think they're going to say it's a shot clock violation. It reset early because the 3-point shot there never hit the rim, but they're going to call it a shot clock violation.
So it will be Wildcat ball. This ball tipped and stolen away by Copeland. And now it will be out of bounds. It will go back to the Wildcats.
You guys are calling? You're kidding, right?
So it will be Wildcat ball on the near side. They'll get set to inbound. A little bit of confusion as to what's going on.
Looks like they're putting some time back on the clock.
Okay.
May have run off a little bit there.
Well, Seifert will get it inbounded to Lasuda, and we're back to action. About the, best break we'll get here in this first half, I'm guessing. Trying to get it inside to Alex Johnson. Now we're going to get a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors the Blue Jackets. So the Blue Jackets will get it back. Betts will come in for Cowenhoven. And I think Lasuda is also going to go out, and in for him is going to be Colton Beaver. So now with that, the Blue Jackets will inbound here to Copland. And now with Nelson. Nelson will bring it forward, give to Bergloff. Bergloff back to Nelson. He lost it on the far side. 3 is good from Druby to make it 16-11. Seifert will inbound to Betts, or excuse me, that's Beaver. Now to Walker. Walker up on the far side, going to get fouled from behind. They're going to get this one on Copland. His first, team's second. Seifert and Walker out in are Underhill and Storley. Give in the far side to Storley. Storley will back it out now into the near side corner. Beaver, Underhill lost that one. Got it back. He'll drive inside. Shot is up. Was blocked, but they're going to get the foul instead. And we'll send Underhill to the line for 2. They get this one, I believe, on Lane Nelson.
Yeah, it was a weird play. A pump fake, and it looked like Copeland jumped on him a little bit, fended that off, and then he went up, and it looked maybe like a clean block, but Nelson got him on the arm.
Cohen Underhill with the first one. That goes up and in. Make it 16-12.
Underhill's done a very nice job today. He's been very aggressive. He's got 7 points already, leading the Wildcats. I love his aggressiveness in attacking the basket.
That one's good as well. Make it 8 points for him as it's 16-13. Blue Jackets up the court. Druby ran into his own screen and lost the ball for a moment, but he gets it back. Druby will give it now back to Bergloff on this near side underneath the basket for Lane Nelson. He lost the ball. Beaver going to get it back on the steal, and a timeout called there by the Wildcats to preserve the possession. So that'll be their first. It'll be 30 seconds. We'll keep it here. So far it has felt a little bit more in the Blue Jackets' favor, but the Wildcats have done a good job of keeping it within shooting distance, so to speak, of the lead. I mean, they're only down now by 3.
Yeah, 7 minutes into the half. You look at the first time they played, Cambridge won 80-43. So already we're seeing a little bit of the growth of the Wildcats here. They're not panicking. They're really able to break the Blue Jacket press. They're coming down. They're being aggressive, getting to the basket. And they need to continue that aggressiveness. And then they need to knock down free throws. So far, they're 3 for 4 on the night. That's going to be, I think, a major key for them if they want to stay in the game. When they do get fouled to get to the line, you got to knock them down.
As the teams come out of the timeout, inbound goes to Betts, who will start in the backcourt. Give up to Storley now. Storley looking, waiting, trying to get by the defender, Lundeen. Looks, gives back to Betts. Betts trying to give it to Storley, lost it, and Betts will get it back. This ball inside, going to be stolen away by Druby. And now Lundeen will take it forward, give off to Westman. Westman on the near side, looks, get back Lundeen. Lundeen over to Druby. Westman in the near side corner. Give now top of the key to Bergloff. Westman thought about 3. Will try to drive baseline, then give back out to Lundeen. That one's nearly stolen away by Colton Beaver, but knocked out of bounds.
Really good defense here by the Wildcats, really making this possession hard. When you can make the Jackets slow down and not run the ball and not get in transition, they can struggle to run an offense.
Estes and Cowenhoven in for the Wildcats. Johnson and Beaver out. Blue Jackets have it. Taking it to the basket and dropping it in for 2 is number 5, Tanner Jones.
Good take coming in off the bench, going to the basket hard. Jackets continue to press here. Wildcats get it up. Wow!
Underhill with the slam to drop it in for 2. Now back the other way. Ooh, that one circled the rim a little bit, but Westman gets it to fall. And we've had some big plays here in this one. And 2 slam dunks already in the first half. 20-15, Storley.
Underhill slam, their one-handed slam kind of came out of nowhere. Wasn't expecting that, showing off his athleticism. A steal here by Lundin.
And then they'll go back the other way. Tanner Jones again for 2. 22-15. Betts up the court with it. Estes got it back, and Estes trying to drive inside, put up the layup. It's no good, but he's fouled, so he'll not go to the line to shoot 2.
I love the aggressiveness again. Like we talked about, be aggressive, go to the basket, get fouled. Now they're shooting free throws.
It'll be on Druby, his second, team's 4th.
No, but back to Underhill's dunk. He had it on he was running his lane, came in and threw it down one-handed. Kind of came out of nowhere. Kind of took us by surprise. But wow, what a athlete that was.
That was impressive on that play. I believe it's a 30-second timeout called by the Blue Jackets before we get the first free throw attempt here by Estes. So we're going to keep it here, 22-15, 9:23 to go here in the first half. The Wildcats trail by 7 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard here. But the Blue Jackets, I mean, it's been really close between these two teams. We've had our fair share of, turnovers. We've had our fair share of missed shots, and both these teams pushing the pace of this game. And early on, no one really with an advantage. You could give it slightly to the Blue Jackets. They've had a few more open looks underneath the basket because the Wildcat defense is a little slow to get back. But again, still even here in this one.
Yeah, Druby just picked up his second foul. Coach McDonald is staying with him. And again, this is why the Wildcats need to continue to be aggressive. Because if you can get Druby as third, he'll be on that bench for a long time. And Druby already has 9 points for the Jackets.
Again, he's trying to get to 1,000 here this season for his career as Estes misses the first. Estes, no good on the second. Rebounded there, lead by Druby. Druby had it knocked out of his hand. Nearly stolen away, but Lundin somehow gets it back. The reverse layup, no good with the left hand. Rebounded by Underhill. Underhill showing off the speed, takes it to the basket himself. Druby with the block from behind.
But again, I love the aggression there. Go to the basket, go hard. Trying to get Druby his third foul. That's what you need to do. Attack, attack, attack.
Cowanhoven inbound, Betts for 3. It's good. Colton Betts.
And now you hit the 3, and the Jackets have to respect the outside shot now, knowing that you can hit it.
Absolutely.
That's just going to open up the lane more for guys like Underhill to attack.
That ball is going to get fouled by Betts. It'll be his first, team's third. Lasuda and Seifert look ready to check in for Chisago Lakes for Storley and Underhill.
Jones coming out for the Blue Jackets. He had a great stretch, had 4 points in his few minutes that he earned there off the bench.
Can't ask for too much better. Druby will get set to inbound for the blue and white. Into the backcourt. He had to get it to Bergloff. Bergloff had to take a step or two and let that ball go a little bit because it would have been over and back. That ball going to be tipped out of bounds by Lasuda. So it will stay with the Blue Jackets. Druby will get set to inbound. He does. Goes around now to the far side after getting the pass back. Looks, now give to Lundin. Lundin underneath the basket, finds a man wide open, and he drops it in for 2. That's Westman. Made it 24-18.
Good penetration, good pass there by Lundin.
I think we got a warning.
I think we have a warning on Cambridge. I think after the made basket, Cambridge touched the ball or slapped the ball away, so Chisago couldn't get it in quickly. Really an advantage for Cambridge because now Cambridge can set up in their press.
Right.
That's why we have a warning. That's why we call it.
Cowanhoven will get it forward. Now to Seifert. Now on the far side, Lasuda. And they'll move the ball around and look for the open shot. Seifert to the basket, too strong. And Lundin grabs the rebound for the Blue Jackets. Druby brings it up to Lundin. Lundin Inside, beautiful pass underneath to Eppel, but he is fouled on the play, and he'll go to line now and shoot 2 on the foul on, I think, Estes. Yeah, his first and the team's 4th. Eppel to the line for his first. First one's up and gets that bounce off the front of the rim as it goes through. Make it 25-18.
I think this next couple minutes is going to be a key stretch for Chisago. 7-point lead now with one more free throw here, and you really want to keep this within range and not let it get out of hand before half.
Eppel's good on both of them, and again, now it's a 8-point difference, and even though it's still close, you know, I feel this has the feel of if Cambridge-Isanti can get it to double digits, they might pull away. Stolen here by Deruby. Give up the court to Bergloff now on the far side. Lundeen for 3. That's long, and Seifert just says, all right, I'll let it fall right to me. Seifert tries the Euro step, cannot get around the defender, and Westman grabs the rebound. He'll give up to Lundeen, and Lundeen on the far side. Give back to Bergloff, and that's going to be, is it still up for grabs? Cowenhoven.
Good hustle by the Wildcats getting on the floor there.
Estes with the 2 after the pass from Luke Lasuda. Wow.
Great hustle leading to the basket right there by the Wildcats.
That was a crazy sequence right there. But the Blue Jackets have it back. Lundeen, he'll give now to Eppel on the far side. Bergloff. And we're going to get a foul here on the Wildcats. They're going to get Lasuda. The second team's 5th. Meanwhile, Alex Johnson, Will Walker, and Underhill will check in for Cowenhoven, Estes, and Betts. Lundeen out for the Blue Jackets. In came, number 5, Tanner Jones. Now, you mentioned earlier, good couple-minute shift for him out there, and he really made the most of it.
Yeah, he earned some more minutes. Coach McDonald's going back to him.
Bergloff with it on the far side. Spin move trying to get around Lasuda, but can't do it there. Now the give to Eppel for 3. Oh, it rattles in and out. Seifert is going to get the easy rebound. Not real sure who that was to, but Lasuda had that one tipped, it appears, and it will stay with the Wildcats. Walker will inbound on that far side. Lasuda now on the near side. Seifert give to Alex Johnson. All the way across the court to Will Walker. Lasuda give Walker.
You're going to want to try to go to Underhill here.
Yep.
As they tried.
Yeah, they did, but the defender right there to knock that ball out of bounds. I think Blue Jackets caught on just in time. Otherwise, Underhill was going to have, I think, another slam. Seifert will go back. This is dangerous, and it's going to wind up being a steal for Bergloff. We're going to get a foul underneath, I think, Lasuda again.
Yeah, that's going to be his 3rd.
Yeah. Team's 6th. And he'll check out, and in for him is Betts.
You don't like to have that be his 3rd, but I think that was going to be a wide open layup.
Mm-hmm. An unfortunate smart foul there.
Yep.
And stepping on the line is Bergloff. He does not agree with the call. Says he was pushed. So the ball will go back to the Wildcats. 6:25 to go, 26-20 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Blue Jackets with the lead. Underhill inbounds to Betts. Betts kind of taking a look at the defense, where everybody's at, and now he'll take it forward, bounce pass to Underhill. Underhill lost it. He'll get it before it goes out of bounds, then gets it to Walker. Walker looking to drive inside, gives it far side to Cowenhoven. Back out, dangerous pass. Going to be stolen away by Bergloff, and he'll take it to the basket. Shot no good. They're going to get a foul here on Colton Betts, which would be his 2nd and the team's 7th.
He looks straight up. I think the ref thought he maybe jumped into him a little bit, even though he's straight up. They call that going from A to B. If you're going to go straight up, you want to stay in one spot, stay in your plane.
And that's what Coach Mike Holmquist is arguing, is that he went straight up. Either way, Bergloff makes the first. Bets out in is Jack Storley, 27-20. This one's good as well. So Bergloff 2 for 2, 28-20. Underhill will inbound to Alex Johnson. Back to Underhill, to Cowenhoven. He gets into the offensive zone. Yeah,
that was going to be a backcourt violation.
Yep, and Tanner Jones takes advantage of it and takes it to the basket off the steal for 2. Yeah, you called it right there. It was going to be backcourt on the pass from Cowenhoven, just a little bit too soft on the pass, and unfortunately, it was a steal. There's nothing that much that Chisago could do. They're going to take a timeout. It'll be a full timeout, so while they take one, we'll take one as well here on WCMP.
Baseball and softball coaches, are you looking for dry, warm practice time?
Here's the Pitch in North Branch can help. Here's the Pitch offers amazing indoor options for your team.
Offering state-of-the-art pitching machines and batting cages.
And space for you to give instruction without worrying about the weather outside.
Take your athletes to the next level.
Coach up your team during every season or off-season. Affordable practice space for your ball teams.
Make your reservation today.
Call Here's the Pitch today or visit them on Facebook.
Here's the Pitch in North Branch.
Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City. We're a full-service lettering shop with a full line of athletic supplies for any sport. We have professional staff here at Lee's Pro Shop to customize your orders. We are the pros who specialize in athletic apparel and equipment. We even do trophies and awards as well as computerized engraving in the store. Let Lee's Pro Shop help you with any athletic apparel. Lee's Pro Shop, servicing our communities since 1973, where the passion for sports begins.
Back here on Cool Country WCMP, an update for you from Mora as they host Legacy Christian Academy. Andy Beckstrom on that game over on KBK. It's 43-32 at half. The Mustangs lead. That's an important section game for the Mustangs as we have another important conference game here between these two teams. A recent over and back from the Wildcats turned into a steal for Tanner Jones. He turned into 2 more points, and it's 30-20. So there's that 10-point mark. I want to see what the attitude now is and the response is from the Wildcats as we see another turnover, a steal for Drewby, a foul, and dropping it in for 2 is Bergloff. They're going to get Jack Storley. It would be his second and the team's 8th.
Yeah, the Wildcats need to find a way to get Underhill going. Again, he started off early. He's already got 10 points tonight, but he hasn't really done much the last 3-4 minutes, and they need to find a way to get him the ball. He's got Drewby guarding him with 2 fouls, so if you can get Drewby a third, that would be huge going forward.
Bergloff hits it for the 3-point play, 33-20, and a double-digit deficit now for the Wildcats. Will Walker will bring it forward, and an ill-advised pass. Oh, my goodness, but Cambridge-Isanti did not go for it. Wow, what happened there for the Blue Jackets? They had a steal and they just let it go. I mean, it was, simply put, too lackadaisical. They just did not go for it.
Yeah.
Got the foul there on Westman. Underhill tried for the slam. It's no good. He was rejected by his own rim. And now I think we're going to get a foul here on the Blue Jackets again.
Kind of on that rebound there, Tanner Jones must have got called for a holding there. But Underhill, again, kind of out of nowhere, just went up for a one-handed dunk in the middle of the lane.
Trying to get this one to Alex Johnson on the inbound. Tipped, and Walker will bring it back. Underhill, he wants it bad. Instead gives back out Alex Johnson. He's got everybody around him, what it seems. Now to Storley. Storley wants Walker, but he's guarded. 7 to shoot. Give to Seifert. He's got the distance, but too strong. And it's rebounded by Bergloff. Bergloff brings it forward, found the lane, reverse layup, no good. Late foul call there, I think, on Alex Johnson. It was a foul, I think. They just got the whistle late, so. 9th on the Wildcats, the first for Alex Johnson, and Bergloff's now at the line for 2. First one's up and good by Bergloff.
Bergloff has done an excellent job of drawing fouls. He's already shot 5 free throws with his 6th on the way here.
Yeah, and he's 4 for 5 so far, so not bad numbers from the free throw line. And that one's good as well. So the announcer's jinx did not happen there. I was worried about it after I complimented him. He's now 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Inbound, Underhill to Seifert. Seifert gets around. Up to, oh my goodness, just too far in front of Estes. Estes would have had an easy layup, but Seifert just a little too excited on that one. And the ball goes back to the blue and white. They'll give it to Eppel. Eppel inside give. That shot's going to be no good. Estes up over everybody to grab the rebound. Up the court quickly, Jack Storley trying to go to Estes. Estes trying to work underneath the basket. Battling his way underneath. Oh, and then a travel call on Estes, and that's a tough one there for Estes. 35-24, 23 to go in the first half. 35-20 Blue Jackets. Inbound here to Eppel. Eppel trying to get around Underhill. Underhill's got a lot of bounce to him. You can see it when he's playing, not just on the dunk, but, man, just when he's playing. Just got a lot of bounce to him. All on the far side to Lane Nelson. Nelson spin move inside, back outside for a three. Eppel, it rattles in and out, but then back in for a three, and it's 38-20.
Eppel's an outstanding shooter that you don't want to let get going.
Yeah, that is his now 7th point of the half. Wildcats will go far side, and that is nearly taken away, knocked out of bounds by Bergloff. Bergloff, I mean, came out of nowhere, saw that pass was coming, and said, I'll try and take it, but at second best, he knocks it away. It will stay with the Wildcats, though, so they'll get another opportunity at it, and this has a feel of need to score. It doesn't matter because it's blocked and stolen away by Druby, and up the other way, too, for Bergloff. My goodness, it is now all of a sudden a 20-point lead for the Blue Jackets. Will Walker had that one go behind him. Seifert can't get it back. It's going to be stolen away by Lane Nelson. Wildcats need to settle it down. 3 long, no good. Will Walker will try to get the rebound, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Blue Jackets. Yeah, the Wildcats need to settle it down offensively. Yeah. It's getting a little out of hand for them.
The Jacket press is really causing them fits right now. I've got 17 turnovers already for the Wildcats, and that's Cambridge is just too talented of a team to give them 17 more possessions.
Seifert
make that 18 turnovers.
With another turnover stolen away. That shot is going to hit the top of the backboard and be out of bounds. So we'll go back to the Wildcats. Anyways, they were going to get it back with the rebound, but Lundin got that most recent seal for the Blue Jackets. But, man, it has been a tough 3-4 minutes for the Wildcats. They have seen what once was a single-digit deficit turn into now 20 points. Seifert, a quick three. I don't know about you there, Chris. I don't like that possession for Chisago Lakes.
No.
Lundin.
That's so tough.
Yeah, he got called for the travel there. That was unfortunate. Betts will sub in, as will Copeland in for Seifert, and looks to be, I think, Eppel over there on the far sideline. Betts will get it inbounded to him, now to Underhill, now to Beaver. Beaver will go back to Underhill. They'll try and work it back to Betts, who is in the front court now, and they'll go back to Underhill. Underhill to the basket, and this time just a layup.
Good aggressive attack. You could see Druby just kind of had to let him go there because he knows he can't pick up his third. Hopefully the Wildcats can get more of that here as they close out the half.
Another foul. This time it's Lane Nelson who draws it, plus the and one. We'll call this one on Estes. It'll be his second, team's 10th. And now Lane Nelson at the line for the possible 3-point play. And no good. Rebounded by Colton Beaver. Back up the other way. Cowenhoven trying to get to the basket. His shot is no good, but now he's fouled, so he'll go to the line and shoot two.
Yeah, the Wildcats really need to get him going again. He had 4 points early in the half and has been quiet the last 5 to 8 minutes here. So hopefully they can get him going in the last 2 minutes and then start the second half.
And that's kind of the inconsistency part of it that we talked about in the pregame is the Wildcats can get a player going, but unfortunately it's just can't continue through as we see Cowenhoven hit the first. Meanwhile, that latest foul was on Lane Nelson, who drew the most recent Wildcat foul. And Cowenhoven hits his first, 42-23. And Cowenhoven can't hit the second. It's only one of two, and it's rebounded there by Druby. Throws it up the court. Lost it, did Westman, and it's stolen away by Cowenhoven. There we go. Now we'll get something maybe going for the Wildcats. Cowenhoven to Beaver. To Alex Johnson. All the way across court to Betts. Got through his hand, and at the last second he let it go, thinking maybe it was last touch by the Blue Jackets, but no, unfortunately not, and it will go and be Blue Jacket possession. 1:51 to go, 42-23. Jackets with the lead. Bergloff slowing things down a little bit, gives it to Druby, now to Lundeen. Lundeen will go near side. It's a 3 attempt, and it's off the mark from Westman. Oh my goodness, perfect bounce to Lundeen. That shot is then no good. The rebound by Colton Beaver. And Cowenhoven drops it in for two. 42-25.
Way to stay with that. Jackets knocked the ball away. He stayed with it and went up hard and got his bucket.
Yeah, I was surprised. He was able to keep an eye on where that ball went after it was tipped. Lundeen lets the defender go by, trying to drill a three. It's no good, and Colton Betts going to get called for the foul as Bergloff tried to get the rebound. That's Betts' third. Now that's two of their main guys with 3 fouls, and it's 2 to shoot for Bergloff.
His 7th and 8th free throws of the game.
So less than ideal here for the Wildcats. 1:09 to go in the first half. No good, though, on that one, and breaks a little bit of a streak he was on. Will Walker and Storley in for Beaver and Betts. This one up and good, so 1 of 2 there for Bergloff. They get 43-25. Storley gets the pass. He's trying to find somewhere to go with it into the front court. Gives it to Underhill. Underhill on the far side, driving, trying to get this one up and in, but Druby, I mean, he just made it look so nonchalant. Gets the block again.
That's what you need to do, though, for the Wildcats. You need to be aggressive. You need to continue to attack.
Seifert checks in for Alex Johnson. Also in Lane Nelson will check in for Druby.
Yeah, 58 seconds to go. Druby's got 2 fouls. Have him sit down, make sure he doesn't get his third.
Cowenhoven will inbound to Underhill. Underhill wants to go through the traffic. A little too strong on that one. Seifert somehow got the rebound.
Good board by Seifert there.
So 43-27. With it was Westman, give to Bergloff. Checking Lundeen, but nowhere to go. He'll go near side, back to Westman. Westman, pull up, jumper, no good, and Cowenhoven will be the recipient for the rebound. He slows things down just a tad as the shot clock is off.
Hey, you end the shot, end the half here on another made basket here, and you cut the lead to 14 going into the locker room. After being down 20, ended on a 6-0 run. Give the Wildcats some life and some confidence.
Best case scenario for them here at the end of the first half. 8 seconds to shoot. And for 3, it's no good. Cowenhoven can't get the rebound, and it's taken by Copeland. Copeland, he'll get it off in time. It's in for 2. Nice job there by Copeland to end the half, and the exact opposite of the Wildcats. So 45-27. And if you're the Wildcats, that kind of stings there at the end of the first half.
Yeah, that was a tough way to end the half. You had a great look that was in and out on 3 there by Walker. And Copeland literally just got the rebound, went coast to coast, and put it in right as the buzzer sounded. And the official right away said, count it.
an emphatic signal for two.
Counted, yep.
Yeah, it just seemed like the Wildcats, not that they didn't try and get back, but it was more or less just shock that, and maybe disbelief that the Blue Jacks were even going to have time to get down the court. But
I think they thought they would just dribble it out, and were a little bit taken back by him actually going to the basket.
Yep. So that is going to be halftime, 45-27. The Blue Jackets lead on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. We're going to take a commercial break here. Word from some of our fine sponsors. Then we'll come back for the recap of the first half of action here on Cool Country WCMP.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Aurelius Manufacturing has been providing innovative solutions to customers since 1926. Specializing in the production of custom welded hydraulic cylinders for over 40 years, our focus is on providing value to customers through innovative problem solving, quality workmanship, and customer service. Our team works with your team to develop designs that provide the most value for your application. We leverage technology and craftsmanship, turning designs into finished products quickly and accurately. Aurelius Manufacturing is a proud sponsor of the Brand Bombers.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Back here at halftime in the boys' game of the doubleheader, the second game of the doubleheader. The Blue Jackets lead on that Brace Orthodontics scoreboard, 45-27. First half stats, looking at it, leading the way was Ethan Bergloff with 12, then Emerson Druby with 9, Jamison Eppel with 7, 6 for Tanner Jones, and then he had 4 for Hayden Westman, 3 for Lundeen, 2 for Nelson and Copeland. On the points, 14 total steals, 2 blocks. They were 8 of 11 from the free throw line and had 7 team fouls. On the other side for the Chisago Lakes Wildcats, it was leading the way Cohen Underhill with 12 of those points. And then behind him with 7 was Cowenhoven, 4 for Betts, 2 then for Estes and Seifert. They had 5 steals. They were 4 of 8 from that free throw line and had 11 team fouls. So, for the Wildcats, again, it was a little bit of consistency. Their offense just kind of couldn't, I don't want to say couldn't keep up, but at some point they went a little bit kind of flatlined there in that first half, and that's when the Blue Jackets started to take over. You've seen the turnovers that they had. The Blue Jackets turned a good chunk of those into points, and that's when things started. They started to run away with it a little bit, but also the fouls started to pile up for Chisago Lakes as well.
Yeah, this is exactly the way the Blue Jackets want to play. They want to just wear you down, and you saw Chisago stay in the game early. Cambridge continued to press throughout that first half, and eventually just forced Chisago into a bunch of turnovers, and Chisago just couldn't sustain the offense that they got early from Underhill and Cohenhoven, and those shots that they were making turned into turnovers as they wore down and as the half went along.
Yeah, it was a good start for both of these teams. It was kept close until about that 10-11 minute mark, and that's kind of when Cambridge-Isanti started to slowly pull away. They were up by as much as 20 at one point, but Chisago Lakes closed the gap, and then the Blue Jackets pulled back out in front, but the Wildcats brought it back, and they're down by 18 right now. But again, they had a couple of chances here late in that first half to again close the gap a little bit more when they were kind of picking things back up defensively, and it looked like, man, all right, here we go. Chisago Lakes is going to have an opportunity now to get back into this game. Their defense is starting to step up and make some stops, and they're getting the ball back quickly up the court, but they just couldn't get those shots to fall, and that's really unfortunate because, again, Underhill got started early. Cohenhoven got started early. They just couldn't go back to those guys and get the shots to fall again.
Yeah, Chisago had a 4-0 run, and they had the possession of the ball that would have held the ball until halftime, and they had a great look from Walker for 3, went in and out. I mean, if that goes down, now you're talking about a 13-point halftime lead, right? And instead, Copeland got the ball, got the rebound, and in about 5-6 seconds sprinted up the floor, and I think everybody thought he was just going to hold it and let the clock run out. He decided, I'm attacking this basket, and it super close to being late, but it was on time. And I would bet the horn sounded as the ball hit the glass on the backboard. And it counted, and now it's 18 instead of what could have been 13 with a little luck on Walker's 3.
Yeah, I don't know about 5'6". He looked like the Flash going up the court there with that ball. But, yeah, that was huge because, you felt like Chisago Lakes had kind of picked up a little bit of momentum. Again, not a ton, but just a little bit to maybe spark them up again and get that flame going again for them to go on a run. But that late shot, right as the buzzer sounded for Copeland, really kind of diminished that hope, that momentum that they started to pull their way. And that's really unfortunate because right now Chisago Lakes needs some momentum. And they need a few plays to go their way, but they need some momentum. They need that confidence back with their team. And we see when this team plays with the confidence that they can have, man, you've got Cohenhoven, you've got Underhill, you've got Betts, you've got Seaford, who can all get it done, especially when those guys are playing confident. I don't think it's so much they're not playing with confidence, but it's just it's not as high as it maybe could and or should be for them.
Yeah, and I think to start the second half, first couple possessions, to build that confidence up for Chisago Lakes, they need to beat the press, and maybe we can get another Underhill dunk to get them started, right?
Yeah, maybe. For the Blue Jackets, Druby got going early on here in this first half, but the Wildcats did a good job of kind of shutting him down, but the Blue Jackets also did a good job of moving the ball around and getting it to other guys to score, like Eppel and Bergloff. I mean, Bergloff came up big a lot at the free throw line.
Yeah, Bergloff did a great job. He just took advantage of his opportunities. I think most of those fouls came in transition of him going to the basket in transition, and the Wildcats are not in good defensive position because it is a transition layup, and he's just getting bumped on his layups, and he's able to draw the fouls and go to the foul line. He's really using his knowledge as a senior, really like smart plays, go to the basket, drawing contact, drawing fouls, and really taking advantage of the transition and going hard and drawing fouls on the Wildcats.
We're going to take one more commercial break, then we'll be back for the start of the second half here on WCMP.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Back here on Cool Country WCMP. Game day Gilman, Chris Gable here for the start of half number 2 in the boys' game of the doubleheader at Chisago Lakes between them and Cambridge-Isanti. It's the Wildcats left to right on your radio dial. Blue Jackets right to left. Underhill got a screen from Estes. The shot is up. It looked good, but just off the mark, and Eppel will get the rebound for Cambridge. Trying to go inside, but Cowenhoven absolutely denies that pass inside. He gets the steal. Coming back the other way. Ooh, had a tough shot, but my goodness, made it fall. And so far, so good for the Wildcats because we got another steal by Cowenhoven. And if they can get this to fall, oh my.
We talked about getting some confidence early, and the Wildcats have it.
That is 3 big plays right away to start this half. 2 turnovers plus a rebound that turned into points for the Wildcats. This is a textbook start for the Wildcats. Let's see if they can't get a few more stops and get the ball back. But now Druby, he's trying to get going again with the head fake. Gives off to Westman on the far side. He takes a 3. He says, let's get back into this, but no good. And Cowenhoven says, all right, let's get it right back into this one again. Off the mark, but he is fouled. Now he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Well, even if they're not scoring, they're drawing the foul.
Drawing the foul. And again, they're being aggressive. Cowenhoven there attacking the basket, drawing a foul, going to the free throw line. They're on a 5-0 run to start the half. What a great start. And it says a lot about the character of the Wildcats that they didn't quit at halftime. They got 2 wins all year long, and they come out here in the second half and basically send a strong message to Cambridge, like, we're not going away. Yeah. We're playing you here for 18 more minutes hard.
Yeah, it has been impressive this second half for Chisago Lakes. The first minute and 10 seconds have been all theirs. And, Cowenhoven drops in 2 more to make it 45-34, and all of a sudden an 18-point lead has gone by the wayside, and the Wildcats just need 1 or 2 things to go their way. They could really, honestly, tie this game up.
And here it is, turnover Jackets, and you're going to see a timeout here now by Coach McDonald. 3 turnovers to start the half. You got no points in a minute and a half. They've cut your lead here by 7.
It's going to be a full timeout, but because we already took a pretty decent-sized break, we're going to keep it here and talk. For the Blue Jackets, they're bothered right now. They have come out of this second half, and they don't know how to combat what Chisago Lakes is doing right now.
Yeah, this is not what I thought would happen with the way the Jackets ended that half with the wide-open layup that ended at the buzzer. I expected almost the opposite to happen here, especially with a team like Chisago that's got 2 wins all year, and now they're the ones coming out and sending a strong message here. 3 turnovers forced in a minute and a half to start the half here. You get knocked down to 3. You talked about confidence, and they're getting it quickly back here.
Yeah, they really are. And I think what you said something important. They've only won 2 games all year, but they're still coming out and fighting. There are a good chunk of teams that will come into a game like this, be down at half, and be like, well, that was fun. Let's just pack it in and then try and finish off the season without injuries. This team is not going to do that. They are coming back, and they're fighting, and now this possession could put them, I think if they can get this under 10 points, they might be able to complete this comeback. It's still going to take a little while, but there's a chance that they could fully switch momentum on their side and all of a sudden go on a run.
Maybe you can get another Betts 3 here, or a Cowenhoven drive, or an Underhill dunk here. That would really get things going.
Oh, an Underhill dunk might just lift the roof off this place at that point. But they're going to work it inside to Underhill, nearly stolen away. Estes goes and gets it. They'll try to go into Underhill. It's knocked out by Druby. Druby a little bit upset he couldn't keep hold of that ball because that would have been big. But, now they get a chance for Underhill, or at least to hold on to the ball again to try and get it to Underhill. I think that's who they're trying to aim for right now. Instead, they'll inbound to Storley, who starts nearly at the Chisago Lakes logo. He'll drift to the near side, then give back to Betts. On the far side, Cowenhoven, under 10 to shoot. Underhill goes near side. Storley three, no good. Cowenhoven trying to get the rebound. Instead, it's going to be Estes.
Wow.
And Cowenhoven will put it in for two. There you go.
Good hustle, good rebound, good putback there. The Wildcats are not going away.
9-point run for the Wildcats here to start the second half. And Estes just, and I mean just, missed that takeaway by the length of his tip of his finger as Eppel will drop it in for two to end the 9-0 run. But man, Estes could have really changed the look of this second half if he were to take that one away. Now Cowenhoven drives to the basket. That one was blocked. I think it was Westman who blocked it inside. But the Wildcats will hold on. This ball nearly stolen away by Bergloff. Storley does get it back to Betts. He wants Underhill, but Underhill just not enough room between him and Druby. Smart play. Now he'll go to Estes instead. Estes looking, and nice drop it in for two. Back under 10 points.
They attacked, they got blocked, they continue to be aggressive.
That shot is up and no good. Underhill will get the rebound. Estes with a really good play there defensively. Underhill behind his back pass to Cowenhoven. Race for the rebound. It's going to be won there by Eppel. Eppel give back to Druby. Druby. Yeah, we're gonna get a foul. Yeah, that's pretty clear foul. Wildcats don't agree, but he did get him. I know they don't like it because of the momentum aspect of it, but that's a pretty clear foul.
Yeah, that can be a huge momentum shift here, especially if Druby can knock down all 3 free throws.
Man, that may be the biggest part of it. He gets 3 here.
Yeah.
No good on the first. So no good on the first. Good on the second, though. Alex Johnson in, and Luke Lasuda for Betts and Estes. And Druby drops 2 of 3 in. So 49-38, back up to an 11-point lead for the Blue Jackets. Underhill will inbound to Storley.
This is where the Wildcats struggled towards the end of the first half, breaking the Jacket press, and here they did. They got it up the floor, and Cowenhoven's being aggressive.
Lasuda on the far side for 3. It's going to be no good. Good box out by the Blue Jackets. Druby will get the rebound. Give back to Lundin. Now up the court quickly. They go to Eppel. Eppel give back to Lundin. Lundin trying to drive. Finds a man underneath. It's Westman who drops it in for 2. And all of a sudden, now Cambridge-Isanti's got things going back in their direction. Knew it couldn't last forever, but let's see how the Wildcats respond here. I mean, the Blue Jackets did a good job of responding. Now they'll give it off to Alex Johnson, and he's underneath the basket for 2.
Great ball movement there by the Wildcats.
Lundin back up the other way quickly. No good on his shot. Underhill with the rebound, but got that dribble a little too far out in front of him. And Druby gets the steal. Give up the court to Bergloff for 2. 53-40.
I believe that was the first Wildcat turnover of the half.
Wow.
And if they can keep playing like that, they're going to keep this game tight here.
Cowenhoven lost the ball inside. Shot is up and no good. Lundin will get the rebound. Quickly up to Bergloff. Bergloff faked the hand to Westman. Now to Druby. Thought about 3. Give inside to Lundin. They're going to get a travel. Copeland in for the Blue Jackets. Seifert and Will Walker in for the Wildcats. For Cowenhoven. And
so Underhill and Cowenhoven are going to the bench. Now Wildcats need somebody else to score.
Lasuda bringing it up quickly, stops, turns back around, give to Storley. He'll pause, give to Lasuda again, now to Seifert. Seifert trying to drive inside. He lost the ball. He'll put it up. That's a tough one. Trying to make a play, but maybe a little too eager on that one. On the far side, Bergloff with it. Getting bothered by Storley, and he'll now give it to Westman. Westman hard into the defender, And jump ball is called, and Alex Johnson in some pain after that one. Yeah, Westman kind of lowered the boom there.
It's really good defense by the Wildcats to make that a jump ball on the drive. It's not easy. Westman's moving, and to get in there and grab the ball and not foul was great defense by the Wildcats.
Alex Johnson took the brunt of that one, and I think that he's going to come out for a little bit. And now into the game for the first time here tonight, which is a little bit of a surprise, is Will Pearson. We usually see him in the first half as part of that rotation, but this is the first time he's in tonight. So inbound for the Blue Jackets as they had the possession arrow. It's Eppel with it to Bergloff. Spin move, back around, give to Copeland. Stolen away by Beaver. And stolen right back by Copeland. And then back the other way, Drewby puts it in for 2.
Kind of a wild possession there. Yeah. Turnovers on both teams like we saw in the girls' games.
Will Walker gets the pass. That 3 is going to be long. And Will Pearson gets the rebound and drops it in for 2. He immediately comes in and is a factor in the rebound game. 55-42.
Walker has a really good-looking shot. His shots just kind of go in and out as Drewby makes 2 for the Blue Jackets there.
Wow. I don't know how he dropped that one in, but he did. Good job. Lasuda, he'll bring it forward. In a little bit of double team, but gives it off to Walker. Walker trying to drive. Ooh. Wildcats catch a break. Drewby, they're going to say dribble it on the baseline. So the Wildcats will hold on to possession here. 57-42. And this game's still well within reach for the Wildcats, and only down by 15, 11:52 to go. Seifert will quick take a 3, and that's good.
And the key is, I think the Wildcats have only turned over 2 times this half. They're playing really good offense and making really smart decisions.
Travel call.
Another turnover
on Tanner Jones. Jones coming up, talking to the referee, and having a good conversation. Nothing ridiculous about that conversation. That's a good learning conversation between those two. I love to see that. Seifert will inbound to Beaver. Back to Seifert, and over on the far side, Walker to Seifert. They'll break the press here to Beaver.
Good patience there by the Wildcats breaking that press, and then to turn it over on the other side of half court.
Copeland will get the steal. Bergloff left alone, 3, good. Can't leave him alone. He makes him pay, 60-45. Here comes Betts. Seifert, now to Walker. And they break the press. Oh, no, Betts, great job. Great hustle to get that ball back. Betts falls. Are they going? No, we're going to get a timeout. We're going to get a timeout by the Wildcats. They'll be left with 2. Good, clean second half. Only 1 foul for each team. It's going to be a timeout for Chisago Lakes. It'll be full, so while they take one, we'll take one as well.
The Duluth Sports Show is back February 13th through 16th.
Be amazed by Sarah Twister, the incredible performer who balances on her arms while shooting a bow and arrow with her feet.
Explore the latest in marine electronics and catch expert demos from top fishing and hunting pros.
Plus, enjoy Field and Flame cooking demos. Try your luck in the trout pond and get your trophy rack scored for free.
Come for the deals, stay for the fun.
February 13th through 16th at the Deck in Duluth.
Your ticket to outdoor adventure awaits at DuluthSportsShow.com.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Back here on Cool Country WCMP, 60-45. Cambridge-Isanti leads the Wildcats of Chisago Lakes. Wildcats will inbound out of the timeout. 11:02 to go. Still plenty of time here. I'm kind of surprised at how much time there is left. We've seen a lot happen already in this second half of action. This ball will be knocked out of bounds by Copeland. It will stay with the Wildcats.
This is an important possession here. They're down 15. They've played a great second half so far. And if they can get into this lead, a little bit more with some good offense here would be huge moving forward.
Cowenhoven inside. Yeah, he's bothering a lot. Oh, my goodness. How in the world did Cowenhoven get that one to fall? The shot falls plus the and one. Wow. What a ridiculous shot from Cowenhoven. I think they got, looks like Jones for his second.
What an important shot there by Cowenhoven. He's just being very aggressive tonight and attacking every chance he can get. And it's really paying off and keeping the Wildcats close in the second half here.
Yeah, now it's only a 12-point lead, so that is, you mentioned it was big, and it turned out to be big. Oh, my goodness, beautiful pass, but then inside, Nelson was bothered, and he's going to wind up getting called for the travel. And, yeah, I mean, he looked to be wide open for the easy layup, but then he had two defenders who circled him quickly like vultures. I mean, my goodness. So I think there was a little bit of sense of panic, just a tad, not a lot, but just enough to draw that travel. This ball will get to Will Walker. The Wildcats break the press. Cowenhoven goes back to Betts. On the near side to Walker, they go inside Estes. Estes, nowhere to go with it, goes to Betts. Now on the far side, Cowenhoven for three.
Cowenhoven's really come to play here this half. The ref is calling a flop on number 3. Cowenhoven after the three. He must have went to the ground after the made three, untouched, and the ref called it a flop, which was just a warning the first time, and the second time it'll be a technical. That's a new rule this year for high school basketball in Minnesota.
Well, I like that we're getting it in because I know I have seen my fair share of flops in basketball, and maybe the pros need to adopt something. I mean, we get a steal off the inbound. Underhill with a one-handed slam! And you talk about a momentum shifter. That might have been it right there. That is huge, and you can feel this place now getting back on their feet. Chisago Lakes getting back into it.
The lead is now 7 for the Jackets.
And then this pass is out in front of Drewby. It's going to go back to the left. Oh, my goodness. What has just happened in these last few possessions?
Full timeout here by the Jackets.
Wow.
I have 9 turnovers for the Blue Jackets in this half, and we're only 8 minutes into the half.
This is crazy. We have had only about a minute and a half since the last timeout, and the Wildcats has dunked this lead to only 7 for the Blue. I mean, what has happened? This is impressive.
Well, we have Cowenhoven here with 12 points in this half alone. You just had Underhill with his first basket, but my goodness gracious, what a one-handed slam that was.
Looking like Anthony Edwards slam.
You don't see those kind of dunks a lot in high school basketball. No. That's going to be on a highlight reel for sure.
Can we get a signed poster afterwards? My goodness.
And
wow.
you have Seifert making a big three. You have Betts making a big three. Everybody who's come in, we had Pearson get his first minutes, and he got a big rebound putback for 2. The Wildcats have just come into this half, not afraid, down 18 at half, and are saying, we're here. We're going to keep playing hard. This has been impressive to watch.
It really has. And we talk about how many games did we talk about for both teams that what ifs, the almost, the should have beens, the could have beens. This is one of those for both squads where if you're the Blue Jackets, you're thinking we can't allow them to come back. This should have been our win. If you're the Wildcats, you're thinking we're on the comeback trail. We need to make this a win. And for the Blue Jackets, unfortunately, we talk about confidence at the second half. For the Wildcats, this is one where the Blue Jackets now seem to have lost a lot of their confidence from that first half.
No doubt about that.
Lasuda will drive. He'll get back to Cowenhoven. Why not? Driving inside. That one's going to be no good, but Lasuda right behind him for the rebound. Oh, too strong on the shot. And then a jump ball call. Possession arrow is going to be pointing the way of the green and gold. So Wildcats hold on to it. Beaver will check in for Walker. That's important for the Wildcats. Hold on to this possession here, and they'll now get it back and try and cut this deficit even shorter, possibly to 4 or 5 points. Estes, he's going to bully his way inside. And the shot is off the glass and in for 2. And it's now 60-55.
Great post move there by Estes, just not afraid to take it right at Drewby. Great right hand, kind of reverse under the basket there. Great shot by Estes.
Westman, not real sure what he was thinking there. He had an open look from 3. He had the screen even. Well,
the Jackets kind of look a little afraid to shoot right now.
Yeah, they'll try and get to Druby. Now back out Westman. And Westman again, possibly. Now they'll try, a contested 3 he makes anyways. He had open looks. I guess he just wanted a little bit more of a contested shot.
Yeah.
Puts the lead back out to 8, but man, momentum still heavily in favor of the Wildcats. Underhill nearly lost it. He's going to take it to the basket. Shot, just off the mark. Druby will get the rebound. Wildcats back the other way, but the Blue Jackets pass for offense is a little too long, and we've seen too many of those for the Blue Jackets here in the second half. Passes where they got players open for fast break opportunities, but the pass is just off the mark.
I have 10 turnovers so far this half for the Jackets now, and that is not how you're going to win this basketball game.
Oh no, an ill-advised pass. Lundin will tip it, and it's going to be Bergloff with the steal. Bergloff, though, nearly lost it. He is going to lose it. Oh, maybe not. No, it's going to be Lundin who gets it back. Left alone 3. That's going to be off the side of the rim and no good. Estes this time will hold on for the rebound, and it will be Beaver who gets it forward, and now a foul call here on Cambridge-Isanti. Will they get, I think, Bergloff for his second.
So now I'd like to see Chisago settle the back down again here. Run a good offensive set. They
called Lundin for that foul.
You have Covenhaven. He certainly looked like he pointed to Bergloff on that foul, but then reported 45, so reported Lundin.
Well, either way, you mentioned it. Wildcats back on offense. And I don't want to say it's a must score right now for the Wildcats, but it feels like it's one of those possessions where, man, if they could score, they really need to. Shot is no good. Beaver gets the rebound, can't score. But the Wildcats get the rebound again with Lasuda. A 3 from Cowenhoven is no good. It's Beaver again with the rebound. Back out to Lasuda. They'll get it to Cowenhoven. Cowenhoven to Lasuda on the far side. Finds the lane, stops, gets out to Colton Beaver. Colton Beaver near side here, Cowenhoven. Cowenhoven, nice Euro step, but he is fouled. Go line and shoot 2.
Incredible effort right now. They had 4 or 5 shots at that, 4 offensive rebounds there in that possession, and they just keep battling and are not going away. It just says a lot again about the culture of the Wildcats. With 2 wins on the season, they are not quitting, and they are playing very, very hard basketball right now.
It was Westman with his second foul, team's 4th, and Cowenhoven drops in the first.
The Wildcats just continue to attack the lane, continue to attack the basket. They're not making them all. They're not always getting called for fouls. They're shooting 3s when they have the opportunity, but really they're focusing on getting to the basket, and that's been a success so far here in the second half.
And Cowenhoven hits them both.
Cowenhoven's 5 for 5 in the second half from the free throw line.
And those were really big free throws, too. So it's Bergloff with it on the far side. Westman to Druby. Trying to go inside now to Westman, and Westman just got the edge there on Estes and made him pay for it. 65-57. Cowenhoven will give it up to Storley, and then the handoff to Cowenhoven again. I thought that one, that one seemed a little bit rushed there, Chris. I mean, that one felt like maybe slow it down just a tad, and now Westman's going to draw the and one. So Westman, great job streaking inside. I mean, that was a great play on the fast break by Cambridge-Isanti. This will be Estes' 3rd foul, by the way.
Westman has really been the one in the second half here that lead the way. That's already 9 points this half with an opportunity for 10. So he's really the guy here who's really stepped up for the Blue Jackets here.
Well, you're going to allow the late subs here for both squads. Estes out, in comes Pearson. Yeah, Pearson I was really impressed with. He came off the bench in the second half and immediately an impact. And Westman cannot get that one to fall. Seifert is there for the rebound.
Okay, key possession here. The lead's back to 10. See if the Wildcats can answer here.
Cowenhoven trying to drive baseline, nothing doing, so he gives to Seifert. Now, back to Cowenhoven. He looks, and they give to Betts. Storley Trying to find somewhere to go with it. Now driving. Give to Pearson. Pearson lost it. So we're going to lose it out of bounds. It will go back to the Blue Jackets. So lost possession there, but still a chance to go back defensively and get the ball back. So not all hope is lost. Cherubi will check back in, and he'll get ready to inbound. Looks like we're going to see some pressure here put on by the Wildcats. They'll back out of it, though, and it will be Bergloff working on Betts. Underneath Westman again, but Pearson. Pearson just, he was a little bit fooled by Westman's moves, and he got the foul. Pearson's first, team's third for Chisago Lakes, and Westman is at the line again for 2.
I'm not sure how far away Drewby is, but it looks like the crowd is over there with a bunch of signs ready to celebrate Drewby's 1,000th here.
They certainly want him to have the ball in this second half. 68-57.
Westman's 10th point of the half, really important half for him.
Westman. This one is good as well, so makes them both. 69-57. Underhill will inbound to Walker, and now up to Betts. Betts. Shot clock did not start. I think they'll take about 2-3 seconds off. Working on getting the shot clock fixed here. I think they want to take, well, three seconds off. Trying to get it figured out over there. Wow, we got 18 more minutes back here in the second half. Let's go. There we go. They're getting it fixed.
Oop. Nope.
We'll get there. Meanwhile, while we have a moment, want to thank all the fine sponsors who sponsored this and every other broadcast that we do. Appreciate them. Also want to give a huge shout out to you who tuned into this one. Over in Mora, it is a close one over there, Chris, between Mora and Legacy Christian. 84-79, creeping up on the end of that game. So that's a close one over there. Looking at Pine City, Bram has won the game 68-45 over the Dragons. So that one has ended. That was a good one there. And now we're back. 6:08 on the game clock, 32 on the shot clock, and we're ready to go. 69-57. Talked about last possession being important for the Wildcats. I think this one may be just as important because whether it's a 2 or 3, they need to score here.
They need to score here, correct. Yep, you can't let Cambridge get another possession here after this and go up even further. Good pump fake by Seifert.
Yeah, that was a really good pump fake to get the defender to go by, and then an easy lay-in for 2. So they score there. That's important. Now Eppel with it. Trying to find Drewby inside, but the Wildcats are just not going to allow that. Westman, shot's no good. Betts with the rebound. Oh, he had it stolen away by Bergloff. Nope, not quite. Betts gets it back. Great job there by Betts to get that ball back. And going to be 10 seconds. And Holmquist not happy. He said that Betts got that out of his hand before 10 seconds. I think he did.
Well, they're going to chat here to see if Bergloff actually had possession in the backcourt on the steal to see if that shot clock should have reset. The fans are upset because it was the ref underneath the basket that called the 10-second violation, and that is his call because he's watching the shot clock.
Right.
And as soon as the shot clock hits 25, he's calling 10 seconds because the trail official is watching the ball handler and he's officiating the ball handler. The other officials are watching the shot clock.
I think they are going to say that he did have possession, which I respectfully disagree on that.
I guess they've got to determine, did Bergloff actually take a dribble before Chisago got the ball back? And that is exactly what they're going to rule here, is that Bergloff did have a dribble towards the basket.
All right. Well, although I may not agree, some people do. Some people do. It's everyone can have their own opinion.
So long story short, they're giving the ball back to Chisago Lakes with 31 on the shot clock.
Which is huge. And Cowanhoven 3 is no good. Westman's going to get the rebound. That's one where you almost feel like the Wildcats had to have a point, and then I don't know how, but on the far side, Bergloff saved that from going out of bounds. And
this
now,
has gotten really rough there.
Wow, yeah, I mean, I don't know even what to say about that. That was weird. It looked like Lasuda had a steal, then it was taken right back by the Blue Jackets, and then no goods. Then Lasuda got a rebound, and now we got Cowenhoven, who was fouled, and we're going to get, I think, Eppel with his first, team's fifth, and no shot foul, so it is going to be an inbound for the Wildcats, and Lundin will check back in for Copeland.
Cowenhoven there again, being aggressive, attacking the basket, drawing the foul on the floor before the shot, so they're inbounding under the basket.
Cowenhoven to Underhill. Underhill inside. Not enough soft touch on that one, and Druby with the rebound. Up the court, and that's a travel there on Eppel. That ball almost just stuck to his hand. He just couldn't get it out of his hand in time, unfortunately. That's a tough one for Eppel because he had someone to give it back to. The ball just wouldn't leave his hand, it seemed.
It feels like Chisago's lost some momentum, but it's still a 10-point game here.
Yeah, it's still close. I think some of these stoppages in play have kind of hurt the Wildcats, so to speak. Underhill, no good on his first shot. He'll get his own rebound. Then he attempts another one, but he's fouled. Now he'll go to line to shoot two. This will be the sixth team foul on the Blue Jackets. And they got Westman, his third.
I know I've said it a lot, but Underhill and Cowenhoven have done an excellent job of attacking the basket tonight and really, really working hard, keeping them in the ball game. And then the others have stepped up and hit their open looks in between there.
Meanwhile, Underhill misses this free throw. Unfortunately, this might come down to free throws, and this season the Wildcats have not been the best free throw team, so they need someone to step up in that department. Underhill hits one of two, so that will help, but they needed two there. 69-60. Meanwhile, Bergloff will bring it forward. He gives now to Eppel. Eppel looking, give to Bergloff. Bergloff to Westman. They wanted Druby, but just nothing doing there. Druby's going to cut again. Again, nothing doing. Druby getting a little frustrated over there. He wants the ball. There's just been nothing that they've been able to get to him. Now under 10 seconds to shoot. Eppel. Oh, colliding bodies. Somebody fell to the floor. And wide open is Lundin. No good. Shot is rebounded by Lasuda. Lasuda coming up the court. Give to Cowenhoven. On the near side, Betts for three. Short. But Cowenhoven gets the rebound. Put back for two. 69-62. Under 4 minutes to play. And a timeout called here, I believe, by Cambridge-Isanti. If that's the case, they'll be left with one. Either way, one of these teams will be left with one timeout. It'll be a timeout, Cambridge-Isanti. It'll be a 30. We'll keep it here. Wow, what a game it has been. What a second half we've been treated to. Chisago Lakes, obviously, a much better second half than the first. Been more consistent here in the second half than anything else.
Yeah, they just haven't turned the ball over. I mean, they had 19 turnovers in the first half, and they're under, I think they have 5 or 6 turnovers right now in this half. And when you don't turn the ball over, you get more shots.
Yeah.
And not only that, they're also attacking the offensive rebound. We saw the one possession. They ended up with 4 or 5 shots at it, opportunities for crashing the board hard. We've got Cowenhoven and Underhill attacking the basket. We got Betts and Seaford knocking down open looks when they get their opportunities. It's been a very fun, entertaining half.
Betts steals the inbound. Perfectly timed jump. They're going to get a charge on Betts. That's his fourth. Good job by the Blue Jackets there to set up and take that charge. That is not easy to do, but I think that's an important charge to take, especially at this point in the game for the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, for sure. Stepping in, taking the charge, drawing the contact.
Betts is going to get his fifth. Oh, no. That is not what you want if you're Chisago Lakes. Look at Jack Storley in for him. So unfortunately, he's out. Their 5th of the second half. Blue Jackets will inbound. You got Druby and Cowenhoven waiting in the backcourt, and they make their way forward. Now here come the Blue Jackets. Lundeen taking it. Gives off far side Westman. Now to Lundeen. I think there's a slick spot out there on the court. All these players keep slipping at the same spot. It's on the near side elbow. Now we're going to get a foul on the Wildcats.
A lot of contact there in the middle of the court near the free throw line with cutters and things, and it looks like they got Cohenhoven with kind of a push on a cutter as they're cutting through the middle.
It won't be a shooting foul. They'll inbound. Cohenhoven looks like he's actually out with a bloody nose, so Colton Beaver will check into the game. And Colton Beaver right away says, give me that. Oh, then lost it right back. Lost it right back to Westman. We've seen that far too often in the second half, or in this doubleheader, I should say. Druby with the rebound, and for 2. I think he's inching closer to that career mark. 71-62. We're getting to a point now where the Wildcats are going to have to score on every possession. It's just getting too late into the game. They can't afford not to have any possessions where they don't score. Meanwhile, Seifert for 3. Oh, what a bounce. Bounces off the front of the rim, drops in for 3. It makes it 71-65. That's huge at this point in the game because now it's only a 6-point difference. And the Wildcats call timeout.
Huge shot right there. Keeping them really important. It really keeps them in the game here with 2:39 to go. You go from a 9-point lead to a 6-point lead. And, the way that the refs have called this game, it's been physical as well. So now if you're Chisago, you can press here and be a little bit physical, and you might get a steal and not a foul call.
Yeah, this is they've allowed this. Meanwhile, final over in Mora. Mora defeats Legacy Christian Academy in a shootout, 86-82. We know Mora. Mora has prided themselves on defense. But one thing I've been so impressed with them this year is they have the ability to play that slower defensive game. They have the ability to blow you out and hold you to 30 points, but they also have the ability to play fast and play in that shootout type of game. They are so dynamic this year.
Yeah, Brady and Oberfield, their experience as seniors there, and Hagerness as well. They just know how to play basketball. They played a lot of basketball between AAU, and they're figuring out how to win games. And I believe Mora right now is the 2 seed in their section behind Albany.
Yeah, they're hoping to stay on that side of the bracket to stay away from Albany.
Yes.
Hope to get to the championship game and have a chance because just ridiculous how well Albany has played over they just continue too.
Yes, for sure. So we got Chisago. We got Cambridge inbounding under the basket. We got Chisago in a man-to-man press here, down 6 with 2:37 to go.
Still plenty of time. I mean, this could wind up being 20 more minutes of game here in this one. Meanwhile, Bergloff brings it forward. Nearly lost it. Lasuda had his hand on the ball, but Bergloff is going to get it back. On the far side, Westman. Westman being patient, wanted to go inside. Nothing doing there. Gives Druby. Druby to the basket. It's in for 2, and that looks like it's 1,000 points. They'll stop the game. So Emerson Druby just hit a career mark with that point. Emerson Druby with 1,000 points. Congratulations to Emerson Druby. After that last basket, it is 1,000-point season or career for Mr. Druby.
Great basket cut there. Great feed for the layup to earn his 1,000th point.
That was a great play.
The Blue Jackets also are very thankful and appreciative to Coach Holquist and the Wildcats basketball program for their part in honoring Emerson tonight. Let's give it up one more time.
What a weird time to get your 1,000th point, though. A game that is so hectic, and so there's a lot of anxiety still in this game. I mean, he got the career mark, which is huge, but now you got to go back and you got to still deal with the anxiety of this game being so close, and still got to try and close it out if you're Cambridge-Isanti. But you know that Chisago Lakes is right there, right on the verge of making that comeback. So a little bit of an awkward time, but hey, still.
Awkward time for Chisago, too. They're trying to make a comeback here and playing really, really well. They've got to keep the momentum. They can't let them ruin that momentum that they've got going right now.
Certainly not. As you do see, we got 3 of the playmakers out there. Seifert, Underhill, and Cowenhoven each have double-digit points. Meanwhile, Walker for 3.
You knew Walker was going to get 1. His last 2 were in and out, both good looks. Hit a big one there.
That makes it a 5-point difference. This is why you stay tuned, and this is why you play a full game. You don't give up. Bergloff almost lost it on the far side. Bump from behind. Surprise, no call. We get a 3 from that's big from Westman.
Boys, Westman come up huge for the Jackets here in the second half.
That brings it back to 8. That's a big, big bucket. Walker nearly lost it, but they're going to say that Lundin stepped out of bounds, dribbled it out of bounds, one of the 2 on that far sideline. 127, 76, 68. This is going to be a fun finish either way. Masuda gives to Cowenhoven. Cowenhoven finds a lane inside. Not enough, but he's fouled. They'll go to the line and shoot. An important 2. These might be the most important of this game so far. It's going to be on Druby.
Cowenhoven again doing what he's done all game. Attack the basket. Attacking the basket. Drew a foul here. See if he can't cut this lead to 6. With 1:18 to go.
Got a lucky bounce there. Otherwise, that was not going in, but he got the bounce. The home court friendly bounce off the rim. Got them both. That's important.
I believe that's 24 points on the night for Cowenhoven. 25 points on the night for Cowenhoven.
76-70, under a minute and a half to go. And, no, they left Westman alone, but he can't get the rebound. It officially goes to Seifert. Here we go. Seifert up to Lasuda. Lasuda gives to Storley. Storley, Cowenhoven. Cowenhoven will pull up. He got that one blocked. Then Seifert had that one blocked as well, but they're going to get a foul instead.
Chance to cut the lead to 4 here. Seifert to the line for 2.
They're going to get this foul on Bergloff. And Seifert, again, going to shoot 2. 8th team foul on the Blue Jackets. No good on the first. That's unfortunate. We got under a minute to go, but it's still plenty of time. He's going to try and go for the rebound.
Intentionally missed it there. Threw it hard off the front of the rim, and he tried to go get it.
I wonder if that was more or less the game plan, or he saw something.
Probably a little bit of a sneak attack on that.
Seifert going to get the foul. A little bit aggressive on that one. That will send Lundin to the line for 2. I was going to say, it should be a 1-and-1. So Lundin trying to make it a 7-point difference with 42 seconds to go. This one's going to be no good, but oh my goodness. You've got Druby.
Huge rebound for Druby.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, and now another foul here on the Wildcats, 37 seconds. And this is going to go against Cowenhoven, his 3rd, and I think that's Eppel at the line for a 1-and-1 again. This one is good. Well, that is big. Each free throw that they can make is that much bigger. Now a 7-point difference. Again, still time. Still time. Let's not get it wrong, but every point that the Blue Jackets add makes it that much harder. Good on both. So 2 important free throws make it 78-70. Wildcats are going to need to go quick, and an ill-advised inbound. Eppel will get the steal. That's, oh.
They're going to get a technical foul here on Seifert on the foul.
I don't know. I thought Eppel tripped himself a little bit. I don't think Seifert did that. I think Eppel may have tripped himself. I don't know. From my vantage point, it looked like Eppel may have tripped himself.
Yeah. I think it was probably a combination. The last foul Seifert had was a little bit hard right in front of the jacket bench.
They're gonna now talk to see if this is. I don't think it should be a tech. I don't think he. I think they're actually talking about that last foul, maybe. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you saw the ref point at the last foul spot over there. We'll see how they sort this out, or if they maybe change it to an intentional foul and not a technical, which might be more fitting given the situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Eppel may have more tripped himself at the end of that foul. It was certainly a foul, let's not get it wrong, but at the end of it, I thought he kind of tripped and fell himself with a little bit more dramatics into it. Not that basketball players would ever throw themselves to the floor.
Yeah.
And, they're going to instead get Lasuda. Nope, now they change it back to – they did get Lasuda. So did they give Lasuda the foul and the tech to Seifert? Is that the – I am not sure. One of them got a foul, one of them got the tech.
So we got Seifert on the board with 2.
And then Lasuda got a 4th. Meanwhile, Eppel will get the free throw. I'm not real sure what happened there. They did get wound up getting 2 fouls. So I think maybe Seifert had said something because Eppel dropped that one in too. I originally had thought that the foul was on Lasuda, but maybe Seifert said something.
So now he shot the foul, the 1-and-1 from the foul, and now he's shooting the technical free throws. So he's going to get 4 free throws total here.
It's 3 for 3 so far. And gets them all. Gets all 4 there.
And now it's going to be jacket ball at midcourt after the technical foul here.
Oh. Well, that will, unfortunately, pretty much seal the deal. I think they're saying shot clock should be off because there's only 32 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Shot clock will be off. Ah, man. How unfortunate for the Wildcats. Yeah, I think what wound up happening is Lasuda got the foul, and then Seifert may have said something. Inbound, no foul. That's all they can do. Eppel back to the line, and, well, he's been pretty much all but automatic from that free throw line. Blue Jacket fan section into it. The foul there goes on Underhill, his first. Well, 82-7, and Eppel trying to put a few more nails into the coffin. That one's good.
Yeah, the score is not going to be necessarily indicative of how this game was played the last 5-6 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this was a phenomenal game, especially in the second half for both of these teams, because Cambridge-Isanti had to come over a lot of adversity, and they did so in a strong way. 84-70, and that is going to pretty much do it here in this one. Chisago can make it look a little better, but we're going to get a foul here. Cowenhoven will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. Foul there is on Eppel for the Blue Jackets. 28 seconds to go. Jones will check in for the blue and white. And Cowenhoven at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. First one's up, no good, and be rebounded there by Bergloff, and he's going to hold on to it, take some time off the clock, gives it up to Jones, and they'll just move the ball around to take off as much time as they can, but that is going to be it. Six, 5, and 4. And there we go. That's it. Looks like Mike McDonald's actually going to go over to the fan section and tell them to have a little bit more sportsmanship.
Yep.
Mike McDonald, the utmost of the sportsmen in the basketball world. You know he's going to keep it classy. He is not a Hall of Famer for no reason.
It can be a humbling game.
It can
so
be.
next year you
Yeah.
never know what the score might be and what the game might look like.
Well, that is going to do it. An unfortunate way for this one to end for Chisago Lakes, but what a game it was. I mean, we can't say enough. We'll talk more when we come back, but an 84-70 win for the Blue Jackets here on WCMP.
You gotta stop somewhere. So make a stop into the Holiday Station store in Pine City and start saving. Right now, grab CK Oil, save $2 when you buy 2, or CK Diesel DEF treatment for only $23.99. While you're at Holiday, they still have the $3, $4, $5 meal deals on some of your favorite items, and Refresh Team Spirit with Mountain Dew are 3 for $6. Or Celsius, buy one, get one free. Whoa! Better get into the Freeway Holiday Station store in Pine City.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Hey there, sports fans. Brad here from Lee's Pro Shop in Pine City, and we have a Lee's Crazy Sale going on. It's time to gear up for hockey, basketball, wrestling, or volleyball equipment, as it is all 20% off. That's right, 20% off all your favorite hockey, basketball, wrestling, and volleyball equipment. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, Lee's Pro Shop has everything you need to take your game to the next level. So don't wait. Stop by Lee's Pro Shop today. Save big on your favorite sports equipment. Hurry in for Lee's Crazy Sale. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making.
Back here on WCMP Cool Country 100.9 FM, the Wildcats fall here to the Blue Jackets 84-70, but what a game it was. Before we talk about the game that was, let's get some stats from this one, starting with the Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets were led in scoring by Emerson Druby with 19 points. They had 4 guys with double digits. 18 for Westman, 17 for both Bergloff and Eppel. Eppel had some free throws down the line that really kind of put the game away here for Cambridge-Isanti. 6 for Tanner Jones, then 3 for Lundin, 2 for Nelson and Copeland. 12 rebounds for Druby to lead the team. They had 20 steals, 4 blocks. They were 20 of 26 from the free throw line and had 16 total team fouls. On the other side for the Wildcats, leading the way for them was Cowenhoven with 25, then 15 for Underhill, then 10 for Blake Seifert, and then 7 for Colton Betts, 6 for Riley Estes, and then 3 for Will Walker, 2 for Alex Johnson and Will Pearson. Rebound-wise, Underhill led the team, and then Seifert and Lasuda each had 5. They had 11 team steals. They were 12 of 20 from the free throw line. Much better in the second half, 8 of 12. And they had 22 total team fouls. Of course, they had that tech late. And again, not real sure what the tech was, but a tech was called along with the foul. So the Wildcats came out in this second half with a point to prove. They came out and said, you are not going to run away with this one. We are coming out. We are going to battle. You are not going to take this one away from us. We're going to make this happen. They came back, ducked it under 20, ducked it under 10, and it seemed like Cambridge-Isanti just didn't have the same mojo, the same drive as they had in that first half, and they had to do things to overcome that. They did just enough, but Chisago Lakes was still making the comeback, and sooner than later, Chisago Lakes had ducked it under 5 points, and all of a sudden, Cambridge-Isanti seemed like they were scrambling a little bit, but late in the game, it came down to the free throws like we had mentioned earlier on.
Yeah, I think I have Cambridge here 12 for 14 in the second half, and that really helped. I mean, with Chisago, I can't say enough good things about the effort for they're 2-17, 2-18 now, but to be down 18 at the half and to come out the way that they did and really change how they play. They had 19 turnovers in the first half and only 7 in the second half, and that's really what keyed and allowed them to make any sort of a comeback. And the Cambridge press suddenly was not effective anymore with them in the second half. And you had Cohenhoven and Underhill just aggressive, attacking the basket, especially Cohenhoven in the second half. Just made things happen. He made his free throws, and when he kicked out the people, you had them making threes. Seifert and Betts made huge threes to keep them in the ball game. I can't say enough about the effort that Chisago gave in that second half to make the comeback. And for the Cambridge side, Westman really was key in that second half to maintaining that lead. He kept them in it, and then you had Eppel going 8 for 8 down the stretch in his free throws in the second half to really seal the deal.
Yeah, Eppel was a big key here, especially late, as you just mentioned, in this second half. Perfect from the free throw line, and you couldn't have asked him to do much more from the free throw line because he really helped put this game away and closed it out late. But 10 points in the second half quietly from Drewby, and he got his 1,000th career point in that second half as well, so congratulations to him. But 10 quiet points here in the second half. It really didn't feel like it. It really felt like, you mentioned, Westman had a big second half. Eppel because of the free throw. So it was a big second half for those guys, but Drewby, again, a quiet 10 points in this second half. But, yeah, I mean, it was a second half in which everything felt like it was Chisago Lake's way, and it felt like, man, here we go. They're destined for the comeback. But, again, the fouls down the line, the free throws that the Blue Jackets made, and unfortunately a few turnovers were a big part of this early on here in the second half. The Blue Jackets, man, they piled up those turnovers, but the Wildcats just had some untimely turnovers.
Yeah, the Wildcats had some untimely. I think I had 7 turnovers for the Wildcats and 12 turnovers in the second half for the Blue Jackets. And those were costly, obviously. When you have more turnovers than your opponents, you're going to have allow them to stay in the game here. And huge props to Drewby on the boards tonight.
Yeah.
In the first half, he really allowed Cambridge to pull away, to be up 20 at one point, and really limited Chisago Lakes' second opportunities. And that was a little different in the second half. We talked about how Chisago just outworked Cambridge a lot in the second half. On one possession, had 4 or 5 shots at the basket.
Yeah, he did a really good job. But, again, the second half was the difference in this one. I mean, you got to give a ton of credit to both teams on how they played this game. Chisago Lakes, again, you mentioned it at the start of the second half. They could have easily come out here and said, well, we only got 2 wins on the season. Let's just pack it in, kind of get through the season, uninjured, and try and make it to next year, and then try and get our team next year to do a little something more. But they came out with a point to prove again in this second half, and I think they did that. And we had talked about it at halftime a little bit. Both these teams are going to have to watch out for in the playoffs. These are going to be 2 teams that are going to go into more than likely a road playoff game. A team might overlook them, and all of a sudden we're going to be talking about one of these teams with an upset, or maybe 2, and we're like, wait a minute, what happened? Well, teams took them too lightly, and you just can't do that with these 2 teams.
Yeah, it's Chisago. Just an example tonight, they're going to continue to play hard no matter what their record is, and no matter who they're playing, no matter what that score might be. Any team that plays them in the playoffs is really going to have to work hard for their win.
They really are. The final here in this one, Blue Jackets beat the Wildcats 84-70. Taking a look at what's coming up for both of these teams. For Cambridge-Isanti, again, they played here tonight. Nothing tomorrow night, and nothing on Thursday. They'll get Thursday night off. It'll be hockey action on Thursday night, but they will both return to action on Friday, where they'll play against Becker. The boys will host Becker. The girls will travel to Becker, and then that'll be it for this week of play. So a short week for these 2 teams, but for Cambridge-Isanti, a big game on Friday where both the girls and boys will be headed the girls, I should say, will be headed to Becker. The boys will get to host Becker. For Chisago Lakes, again, they play here tonight. They'll have a wrestling match here tomorrow night. Then on Thursday, the boys will travel to Zimmerman for another conference game. And then on Friday, they will travel to Big Lake. A big week for this Chisago Lakes boys team. A lot of conference games, 2 of them to end the week on Thursday and Friday on the road at Zimmerman and at Big Lake. And then nothing on Saturday as we prepare for wrestling playoffs as well as the hockey playoffs continuing on. So that's what's coming up for them. I want to thank you so much for tuning in here to this one. We appreciate you, especially all of the fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. You can stay tuned and find out more on our websites, both kbek.com and wcmpradio.com. Go to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule. That's where you'll find all the links for the games that we have coming up this week and every other week. That'll be updated on Monday afternoon. And again, it is subject to change. But more sports updates you can find on our morning shows on KBK with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30, or on this station, 100.9 FM, with Joshua Muron at 7:45 and 8:45. We'll talk this game, all the other games going on in our local listening area, plus regional and national sports. As I mentioned already, our websites, but we'll also have articles from games we've been on there. We'll have coaches' interviews and players on there, plus our social medias, our Facebook pages for both stations, our Instagram for both stations, plus our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports. Again, breaking sports news, LOI signings, broken records for players and coaches, all that and more. 1,000-point scores, that'll be up on our Facebook probably tomorrow sometime. All that and more, plus the games that we'll have coming up that evening as well. Again, the final here on the Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Blue Jackets beat the Wildcats 84-70. Ethan Game Day Gilman, Chris Gable calling this doubleheader. And Chris, any final thoughts here on this doubleheader?
No, I think both teams want to continue to improve and get better here. You know, Chisago wants to build off their momentum from the win at Princeton in the second half here, in which they came great comeback. They make the game close. As they move forward in the Zimmerman, they want to get some wins heading into the playoffs. In Cambridge, they got a couple big section games coming up here with Andover. They're going to need to get a couple wins so they can hopefully earn a home playoff game.
Well, they can still certainly do it. We looked at it. There's still some room for them to do just that. So some big games coming up for both of these teams. But what a game it was here tonight. 84-70, Blue Jackets with the win. Again, that was Chris Gable. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through. Your kindness could make their day. For 100.9 FM, Cool Country WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. That was Chris Gable. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night. Game Day Gilman. That was Chris Gable. Thanks so much for tuning in.